Yeah! Welcome to the greatest D&D streamer in this world and the next. Welcome to Goblins Under the Stairs here. You got Sorak the Destroyer looking fly as shit in his Moonlight tech, baby. Ready to slash and bash away another beautiful Sunday night in this goddamn heat wave. It's a good day in hell here. And I'm not here alone. We got Fang the Mang. We got Wilmore Chattington, who's been kicked out of his home. And of course, we got the greatest goddamn DM in all the land. It's Nate Gonzalez here. Take it away, Nate.
All right. Boo, 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 boo. Thank you, Sorak the Destroyer, and welcome everyone to tonight's edition, Sunday night classic edition of Goblins Under the Stairs. Man, we had a fun one last week, doing a little bit of a sewer crawl, and ready to jump on into this evening's excitement right away. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just do this damn thing. Unless anyone else has any interjections or something to say. All right. So, oh man. All right. So,
I was like, were we supposed to say something? I don't know.
yeah.
I do also have a Nate Gonzalez original T-shirt.
I was gonna say, why is my character back to where he was at the beginning of the fight?
Well, let me deal with that in just a moment. All right. So, give a quick little recap. You guys, the adventure started off the last time we were all together, entering the dark sewers beneath the city of Yartar after an evening out on the casino boat, the Grand Dame. They were all sent down here by Lady Italia, who claims that an evil sorcerer, Usith, takes refuge down here and is the cause for the missing nobles and other nefarious acts happening in Yartar. The party began to traverse the narrow and slippery walkways, finding themselves all sorts of denizens and aberrations of the sewers, and of course some loot along the way. They made their way to the end of the sewer, where they found a sewer grate with some sort of protection glyphs that caused a thunderwave spell to erupt and unleash and knock back some of you upon lifting it and hurting each one of you guys a little bit. And you all descended down the ladder beneath that grate into the chamber below, where you saw two marrows standing next to hand wheels on either side of a pool of water, with a walkway down the middle leading to a stone room with a rusted metal door. You all began to hear a voice inside your head speak to you. The voice of Usith telling you to come back to the back room and apologizing for the unpleasant locale of this meeting. But then something strange began to happen. As you all began walking down the walkway, you all began to see visions of some of those in your life you hate and fear the most. Wilmore seeing the Red Wizard Narvi, Solrak seeing his Uncle Rubius, who slayed his family and took over the throne, and Fang seeing the Orc Chieftain who led the raid with the Fire Giants and was the one that killed his father. But Wilmore was quick to see through these wizard tricks that Usith had up his sleeve, and irritated by your impudence, Usith decided to take action. The marrows seemed to begin turning the hand wheels, and Wilmore quickly ran over to one in the center of the room and turned it right, shutting it. And Fang quickly approached one of the marrows, and Bork teleported another one away from the hand wheels. And it was at that time that Usith, the Abwest Sorcerer, made his appearance and breached the surface with his large body covered with slimy, eel-like skin, with multiple tentacles extending out from it and three large slitted eyes sitting above its circular, sharp-toothed mouth. He makes eye contact with Solrak and begins reaching into his mind, trying to take control over it and feed him even more visions of fear and terror. And as Solrak tried to hold on to the power of his mind, fighting back against the evil, otherworldly magic of Usith, the power of the Old One Slayer Longsword began to ground him, but allowed him to see the destruction that would happen if Usith was successful. He saw that Usith would control him like a pawn on a chessboard. He would control Solrak to strike grievously at his good friend Wilmore, and was slicing him down where he stood. He saw the aboleth creating a mighty wave that crashed on the platforms, pulling both Fang and Bork into the filthy waters. He saw the marrow turning the hand wheels that control the flow of the water into the chamber, allowing it to begin to flood. And in that chaos, after Wilmore throws him against the wall in his giant ape form in a moment of desperation to awake his friend. He sees a figure floating above the water, somewhat humanoid, but transformed and evolving into something far beyond, with tentacles growing from the bottom half and gills forming below its new 3 slitted eyes, just like the aboleth's. You can see the indentations under the flesh of where the 2 human-like eyes would have been, but its flesh, covered in that pale, translucent, mucousy slime, similar to what you all saw covering the flesh of Artin when you met him in Waterdeep. It hovered above the surface, looking back at you all, convulsing and shuddering slightly, and then slowly descending back down. And this all happens in fractions of a second, and is the last thing Solrak sees in his mind before the Old One Slayer brings him back to reality, and he snaps out of it to see those 3 eyes of Usith staring right back at him. The loathsome
Fuck him up.
extraterrestrial eldritch horror of an aboleth staring at him about 10 feet away in this murky, dank sewer waters. Solrak, what do you do?
Since I have seen him coming, I take a... Hold on. There's like a surprise attack. Yeah, I'm going to take a surprise attack on it, essentially, and hit it.
Okay. There won't be a surprise attack, because obviously he sees you standing there. He can feel the connection not being tethered together tightly.
Alright, well, I'm fucking gonna rage.
Alright, Solrak.
Yeah! And I'm gonna fucking swing.
Love it. Look, told you, sock on the door.
It's on the door.
Watch.
Hilarious.
Alright, so then go Demon Sword.
Alright, and this stream is sponsored by beer.
It makes every decision.
Yeah. So the aboleth, he's about 10 feet into the water away from you.
If I lunged, could I reach him?
You could.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna lunge at that son of a bitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I use a superiority die to do that, correct?
That is correct. But you roll on your to hit dice normally, and if you do hit successfully, then yes, you get to add that superiority dice to your damage attack. Okay. Your damage roll, rather.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, well, Demon Sword. I'm lunging here! Da-da-da-da. Come on, baby. Oh, you son of a bitch. 13.
Oh, a 13 will miss, unfortunately. As you try to reach out for him, his slimy body, bulbous body, just slides back ever so slightly out of your reach, and the 3 eyes just blink at you.
And do I get a second swing?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can spend another dice if you want to.
Yeah, but
Try to reach him.
Definitely gonna do it. Alright. And here we go, Demon Sword. 17.
A 17 will hit.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. So
describe how you reach over the ledge of this ledge that you're on, and reach out to this large body in the pool of sewage here.
So I get as close as possible, and I just missed the first swing, and this thing, the aboleth, then kind of looks at me in a way that I perceive to be quite taunting, actually. And then this just makes Solrak get even madder here. He takes a big old stab forward with everything he has, and he just almost falls into the water. The slimy poop. But he's able to just do a quick hard-ass stab. Imagine it like a jab, like a sword jab.
Love it. So go ahead and roll that damage. Do you guys want this creepy, suspenseful music, or rather the combat music?
I like this one since we're down in the sewers.
That's what I
I
was
like
thinking
it.
too. Yeah.
I like it.
And Chet, if you need me to turn up the music for you all a little bit more, just let me know.
So 11, and then my superior, an extra 11 plus 2, 12, 13.
Yep, and then a D8.
And then a D8. I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Come on, give me an 8. 7!
Nice, so 20 damage total.
Yeah, buddy.
Very nice. Sorak just feels the Abwest trying to take over his mind and be able to take utter and complete control over him. And he finds that stillness with the old one Slayer longsword in his hand, and he reaches out, extending and lunging out as far as he can to the Abwest in the murky, dank waters, and slices through with a flaming demon sword slash across its flesh. You see it rip open a little bit and singe, leaving to cauterize right there, but the Abwest recoils and the tentacles kind of flare up a little bit in your face. So that was you did your 2 actions and bonus action. Was there anything else you want to do?
No. That is it.
Alright, beautiful. Up next is this marrow down on the bottom. The one on the north end has already twisted the pump that feeds the sewage into this pool successfully, and this one, with its right hand grasped firmly around the wheel, it begins to spin that as well. You guys begin to hear that whoosh, rush of water begin to flow, and that is his turn. As he grabs his harpoon in his hand, and he just holds it up firmly, looking out into the direction of all of you. Okay, give me one moment. So you guys begin to hear that water begin to flow heavily now through those pipes. And as that water begins to flow through those pipes, you guys notice it begins to elevate the water in this room ever so slightly. Don't break it. Cool. Is that the same map?
Yeah, it looks the same to me.
And that water just flowing out of those pipes from the north and the south side begins to flood up just over the lip of the landing and the ledge that you guys all stand upon, and just underneath your feet this water is now standing. You guys are pretty much in just an ankle standing room of this in this pool down here. And Wilmore, you are up.
Ankle room only. All right, so I will. I'm just gonna kind of. So, you said when I turned it to the right, I kind of noticed the grates on the ground close.
Yes.
In the beginning.
Yes.
Okay, so free action. I'm gonna turn it to the left and try to open that bad boy.
Wilmer goes ahead and starts turning that frantically the other way, and yes, you now notice that you start to hear a slight pool to your southeast.
Okay, and then as I go towards the end, it's gonna go, and then just the loot's gonna come around, and then we're just gonna start playing a little tune, and it's gonna be a hypnotic pattern to the north to hit both our friends up there.
Okay. And that's a wisdom save from me.
That's a wisdom 15.
Okay, so we'll go start at the top. The Marrow holding this harpoon in his hand. He rolls an 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on!
And then
come on!
the Aboleth, though.
Fuck that guy!
Come on, Ablis is the one we want.
You see this hypnotic pattern just start swirling above his head, and the 3 eyes, which are staring daggers at Solrak, begin to lift up slightly and look at this hypnotic pattern, and you see his gaze just affixes on this pattern, illuminating and filling the air all around him. And he is under the effect of your hypnotic pattern spell.
Excellent. So then, I while all this is going on, while the next phase of action, I scream out, Boys, the Aboleth is mine, and Big Bailey, if you're listening, this is that fucker that we would like to take down, buddy. And then I'm gonna move over to this one over here, and I'm also like, I'm gonna grab it, like, very sturdily to kind of like knowingly, like, put my feet in a grounded position as the water kind of starts moving.
Okay, sure. You see this hypnotic pattern AoE out here?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was
So
pretty cool.
sweet.
Oh wow. Oh cool. That is neat.
All right,
I
awesome.
was like, no one else sees that? Not true.
To be fair, the only one that sees it is the Aboleth.
All right. There we go. That ends your turn. Or yeah, we got sanity.
Yep. Sanity's gonna swing over here and just do a run by pooping on this guy. Or no, he can only go 40 feet. Yeah, 40s. This 45 goes from 35 to 45. So, could you make it like in the middle, or does that not work?
Yeah, it's. I had the grid set up, so it's got to be either in one grid spot or the other.
Oh well, it's only 5 feet from him, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's perfect then.
Yep. So he's just gonna start screaming at not him, but the guy to the north for Fang, and that's going to be a whatchamacall for Fang.
Give Fang advantage on his attack.
Yep, advantage for Fang, and I screamed out to everyone, especially Solrak, I got the Aboleth, baby.
I don't know why you're just singling me out here in this battle.
Because if you swing at him, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, so last I checked, my intelligence level is higher, so I think you don't need to remind me. You should remind yourselves. Low intelligence level creatures.
It's higher on paper, but not in practice.
Life is a game of numbers, and mine is bigger. So.
And you're dyslexic. You get more wine.
All right, so
I'm gonna go beer.
Yes, this Marrow up on the north side now. He's got a harpoon out in his hand, and his gaze just fixed out towards like Solrak, and then gazing back over to Fang, and then back over at Solrak, and then back over at Fang. And you just see him holding that harpoon right there. Fang, you're up.
All right. Give me 1 sec. I gotta read something real quick.
Please do.
Yeah.
This music is intense.
All right.
Yeah, no, really.
So I'm gonna try something here. So out of my my backpack, I grab out my bowl of commanding water elementals, and
It takes a minute to do that.
And hold on, around. Is that what happened?
That's why I've explained that to you guys when you bought it. That make sure I
Yeah,
clarified.
I thought so, but I didn't see it in the description.
You have to read the spell description. But don't worry about that right now. Just go into what you're actually going to do.
Okay, so never mind then. I'm going to drop my quarterstaff, equip my my crossbow.
Okay.
That I received, and take a shot at the Aboleth.
Okay.
So let me do that real quick.
We didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Me and Kobai were just arguing. Me and Chaddington were just arguing about.
Don't hit the Aboleth. Hit the thing next to it. Don't hit the Aboleth.
Yeah, Chaddington has it.
You can't do anything for like ever.
Oh, I thought you said I had advantage on him.
You see, Chaddington, this is why I said you need to remind me of higher intelligence.
The sanity was chirping at the Marrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
my apologies. I misunderstood. Well, in that case, no, I will not drop my quarterstaff.
God, it's great to be right.
I approach the marrow, and
As you start to begin to approach him, you get about 10 feet away from him as he has his harpoon in his hand and he's ready to shoot the harpoon at you as you get into his space. With a 24 to hit, the harpoon hits into your body, piercing into your flesh and doing 11 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength check.
so actually I will do warding flare.
Okay.
So
Sure.
he gets disadvantage on his attack roll.
Okay. With a 23, I'll send these to the. Are they showing to you guys in the game log?
No, but
So Abel left 11.
I just see
Yeah.
11.
All right, but yeah, so
No.
23 to hit. It was
Yeah.
11 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength check.
Alright, let me take care of the damage first.
Fire.
Yeah.
He said strength
Fucking
check or
mosquitoes,
strength saving
man.
throw?
Strength check.
Strength check.
You can do athletics if that's higher, or you can add your athletics.
Okay,
modifier
well,
to that.
so 15 then. We'll do 15 then.
Okay, so 15 then. The harpoon.
23.
The harpoon sinks into your flesh, and you see the marrow after it just sinks into you and it's taken, it's lodged in there nice and tightly. The marrow begins pulling in tightly against the rope attached to it, and he jumps into the water, and he pulls you in the water with him. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. As you splash into the stinky refuse water. 6. Okay. And it's still your turn. Go ahead and finish up your turn. You start flailing your arms in the water. He's just pulled you out right off the ledge. Essentially, you're within a 5 feet square of being off the ledge of off that standing point, and you're just kind of
dookie.
because you're not wearing any heavy armor or anything. You're able to flail around and keep afloat up there. But
Nice.
Yes.
So I try
relax all day. The poop.
take like a stab at him like with my my quarterstaff.
Okay. Roll to hit.
And then we get infected in the poop. Get him, Fang.
Oh, you'll love this. You'll love this beer.
24.
It's backwards.
Nah,
What does that spell?
it says it here. Joint a hazy IPA.
And it's just gonna come all over the can.
Love it. Is that Kushwa?
This
Is that what I saw?
How did you know that? Yeah, Kushwa, Wet City
I
Brewing.
love Kushwa.
Yeah, Kushwa's great.
That's it.
24 to hit. Yes, that will hit.
Yeah, there we go. All right, 11 damage.
11 damage. Very nice. And you strike this quarterstaff into its body. You see, where exactly did you hit on it?
Well, honestly, like at this point, like with me kind of like losing my shit in the water, like flailing around, I'm just aiming for wherever
I think you found your
can
shit.
on the body. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you hit this marrow with your quarterstaff, and you smack him and connect on this hit. You see his eyes start blinking a lot quicker, and like he's picking up some sort of recollection of where he is and what he's doing here. And he looks at you with a bit of fear in his eyes, and looks back at the Abwest with even more fear. Okay.
And I'm gonna go at my quarterstaff again. Do the same thing.
All right, go for it.
Oh, 22.
That will hit.
6 damage.
6 damage. Very nice. Anything else that you would like to do? You have a bonus action still.
And then bonus action, since I've just been kind of like going at him like this with my quarterstaff, I like raise it over my head and just headbutt him.
Love it. Fang gives him a
19.
19 will hit, definitely.
8 more damage.
Love it.
Big one, man.
Yeah.
Very
Good
nice.
damage.
It was
Yeah.
25 damage, I believe, total.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
So Fang begins running on over to this marrow, and as soon as he gets in range, the marrow shoots out that harpoon at him. It lodges into Fang's skin. He yanks Fang into the water as he dives in as well. Fang smacks him with the quarterstaff as soon as he's bobbing along there. Seems to awaken the marrow out of some sort of state that he was in, and just continue pummeling him with another quarterstaff hit and a headbutt. Anything else for you, bud?
That's all I can do.
Love it.
Because I'm still in his harpoon, right?
Let me see what that technically is about. No, you're not technically still like connected to anything.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I crawl out.
Okay. He already used his reaction, so he can't hit you.
Yeah. So I will go right there, and that will be my turn.
Okay, beautiful. Bork is up now. Bork looks all around and says, "Hey, Wilmore, where do you need me, buddy?"
I love Bork.
What's the name of the guys in the north?
It's a Marrow.
Meru in the north, buddy. Stay away from the Aboleth.
No, you got it. What do he turns over his shoulder. There's one down here too, and you see him click some mechanisms on his gauntlets, and out shoots a boomerang into his hand. And this boomerang is just crackling with all this electric energy all around it. And he whips back the boomerang and throws it across the room at the marrow to the south there. And as he throws it, you guys just see it creates this large or loud sonic boom across the room, and turns into a bolt of lightning that strikes this marrow across him, doing. I think I have to make a dex save for him. That'll fail. So he does this 4 damage, which the boomerang strikes into him and does that. And then you guys see the lightning starts shaking and convulsing this marrow all around. It does 13 more points of damage to him as the boomerang begins returning and flying back into Bork's hand perfectly like that. And it disappears back into his gauntlets. He says, "That's the boomerang for you. Get it? Boomerang?" And no. Better crowd. And the marrow, after he strikes him with this.
5 seconds later, oh, I get it!
Sorry, a little awkward. And as it returns to his hand, he looks over at the marrow, and you see the marrow starts shaking his head around a bit too, looking confused about where he's standing and what he's doing. Let's see, how's everyone's health looking? He's going to also yell out. After he grabs a vial from his side pouch. It's a red vial. He sticks into his gauntlets and begins fidgeting on it again, and this white mist shoots up, connecting with Solrak, Wilmore, and Fang, and that's going to be a mass healing word. Bonus action. And that's
That's a bonus action?
That is. Yep. That's
Good
6
for you.
6 points back to everyone.
Good for you, buddy.
So Bork is back up to full health. And he looks over at Solrak and says, "Listen to Wilmore. Don't hit him." And it's now the Abwest's turn, who is ferocious, pissed off. You just see the three eyes just blinking with the tentacles kind of writhing in the air and smacking down on the water, creating these large splashes that come up from it. He looks over at you, Solrak, and can't seem to do anything. He can't seem to want to attack you or anything. He's just stuck there. And it's your turn. Let me just let me reread Hypnotic Pattern again. Is it just that he can't take an action, or?
Nah, he's charmed.
Okay. Oh wait, so he's charmed.
I think it is. I think it's a charm. You create twisted vanishes. Each creature in the area of the pattern must make wisdom save. Creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed for this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Yeah. So yeah, can't take actions, reactions. Yeah. Okay.
If it takes any damage or someone uses an action to shake it.
I believe that means he can still move then, right?
Incapacitated, you can't move, right? And your speed 0. Oh yeah, and you have a speed of 0. It says it on there.
Okay,
Yeah,
you got it then. All right, he is frozen there, stuck, charmed, just lost in the sauce of this hypnotic pattern.
This is literally why I exist.
It's true.
One spell.
It works.
So I can dash 60 feet, right?
Yes, but you would be aware that, of course, this is pretty slick surfaces that you're on now. You might have to make some sort of, save if you decide to run on it.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna move back over here 30 feet, like right over here,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna punch myself in the head so I keep my rage.
I love it. Anything else for you?
That's it for Lee.
Okay. Take half the damage for hitting yourself, which should be two points, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
You just roll a d4, huh?
I think
that could be 1 point.
no, it's because it's 5. I think it's his. No, it's unarmed strike is 4 damage for him, just straight up.
Oh,
So yeah,
got
it's 2. All right. So this mayor on the south is up now. He seems confused by what he's doing in this room with this hand wheel behind him and harpoon in hand, and this fight that's ensuing all around. And he sees this aboleth in the back corner who he remembers and recalls. And you see him just dive into the water, the murky waters below. Swims up about 40 feet, which is, I believe, their movement. Yes. And he's pretty much right underneath this walkway. The water goes underneath the 2 walkways there. The center is like a pillar that goes all the way down, touching the ground. And he's underneath of that walkway now. And that is his turn. Let's see. It is now the top of the initiative order, and I mean, he's charmed, so I guess he can't really do much. Okay, nope. Go ahead, one more. You turned one of the.
That, don't you?
Yeah, you turned one of the hand wheels, so a little bit of the water has started to flow out. It doesn't seem like the water levels are elevating at all currently from where they currently stand.
All right. 25 feet. Let's do it. Let's fucking do this. So I'm going to free action, turn the wheel, and then I'm just gonna hustle over, and I'm not gonna sprint or anything. I'm just gonna walk, and I'm gonna jump off the side, do front flip, and I'm gonna go in, hands tucked, feet out, just no splash. Just really, really nicely, directly into the water.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I guess I saw this guy swim under, and I'm going to go under, and I'm going to locate him, and I'm going to hit him with a... I'm going to hit him with a level 2 Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
That's a 15 Wisdom save.
15 Wisdom. Let me see. That's gonna fail with a 13 on the dice.
Oh, and so the Dissonant Whispers, it's actually kind of a little bit of the opposite. So, it's a picture of the aboleth. It just kind of flows by him, and the aboleth just turns into me. And I just kind of soak all the fear out of him that the aboleth created, and it's directed at me now. Like he thinks I control the aboleth.
Lilbeth, go ahead and give me a. Actually, no, because he failed that save. That works for me. And he has to swim back as far away as possible, right?
Yep, directly back from me as far as he can.
Okay. The fear goes wide in his eyes, the tentacles squirming all around his face, his fin tucks back with fear, and he turns around and begins swimming away as far as he possibly can from you until he backs up into the wall, and you see him trying to almost mesh himself into the wall, disappearing into there, but he cannot get any further than where he stands. And are you currently under the water?
So I would have been because I would have I would have had to see him, so however far I had to go under the water to see him.
Okay.
I'd have done that, and then I think I have 5 extra feet, so if I'm 5 feet or less, I'm starting to swim back to the surface.
Okay, cool. So, you're fine to, I was gonna mention, how long you guys can hold your breath for. It's 1 plus your Constitution modifier, which doesn't. I mean,
Rounds.
minutes. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
All
you're
right.
totally fine with that, of course. But
I can hold my breath for like 2 minutes. That's
yeah.
nuts.
So there is also some underwater
Pretty epic.
combat rules that I have as well, which has you guys having breath points equal to your Constitution modifier times 10. But we'll get to that if we have to get to that. Anything else for you, Wilmore? Actually, Constitution saving throw for me as well.
A con save.
Yes. Before I forget.
That's 18.
Okay.
Is that from the water or from being under the water, or do I have a sensation?
Make a investigation roll. You'd imagine it's pretty much just from being in full bodily contact with this refuge and
Nasty
filth water. Yep.
Got it.
Okay. Sanity.
Sanity is going to. Yeah, she's over here. Not you. I'm gonna move you there. We're gonna move you up here so I can just get a hand of you. She's gonna just start like dive bombing the water to give any advantage on this guy.
Absolutely. Okay. Anything else for you?
That's it.
All right. This one is up now. He's got the Abwest right in front of him, who he's also have shaken out of this stupor that he's apparently been in. Excuse me. And with harpoon in hand, he goes to the harpoon to the side. He just starts pulling off his claws and begins to scratch at this the Abwest as much as he possibly can. And with an 18, that will hit. Does 9 points of damage on him, and then claws again with another 18, and does 8 more points of damage to him. As the Abwest's 3 eyes begin to blink and seem to shake out of this charm that he's was apparently under, and the tentacles rise up in the air even wider, and you guys all feel this vibration in your minds and in the room around you, just reverberating, and a static hiss just playing out in your eardrums, as if the something has awakened within him. And he's going to try to swim away from the Aboleth and hop up on here next to Fang, and that is his turn. Fang, you were up.
All right. I start.
Look at that, sea bass!
I start twisting the knob that's attached to the wall to close off any more water flow that's coming in from the side.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, easy enough. Yeah, you reach over with the mirror standing in front of it and kind of just jive him out of the way quickly to spin the wheel, and the water you hear seizes somewhere in the pipeline. The water's still flowing on the end here for the time being, but you hear it has seized up on the north side.
Do I get a bonus action?
We'll count that as a free action.
Oh, excellent. And then after doing that, I take my quarterstaff and give him a quick jab right in the center of the chest.
Okay, absolutely.
19.
A 19 will hit.
Okay. 9 damage.
9 damage. You also have advantage on that first hit.
Oh, yeah.
Because of sanity.
Yeah, let me do that real quick. Yeah. And 24.
Okay, yeah, both would have hit,
Okay.
but yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Second hit.
Second hit. 15 damage.
15 to
Or
hit.
15 a hit.
And that just hits, yep.
Oh, okay. 11 damage.
All right, Fang with the 1-2 quarterstaff strikes, hits this marrow across the face and body, bludgeoning him deeply, kind of twisting the body around until it flails out its arms and knocks it backwards into this pool of refuge, and that one is dead.
All right, and then I will. Let's see. I will move 35, 45. I will move.
The
right
aboleth
there.
is awake now. So we all know.
Fuck that guy.
And that'll actually, you know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang out right there, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Since you are within reach of the aboleth, its tentacle reaches out, gives a swipe you with a hit. 28 to hit.
And I will go ahead and use my warding flare again.
All right. Very nice. The bright light shines. Is it from the end? You've never really done it before this match. So how does your warding flare look?
So I kind of make myself big, and I guess the light emitting from my my 4 elemental tattoos like grow really bright and kind of hinder his vision and sight for when he goes to kind of swipe at me.
All right. Let's see. Does a 17 hit?
Ah, that just hits.
Okay. He does 10 points of bludgeoning damage to you as the tentacle whips up out of the water over the deck that you stand on and strikes you. It kind of that mucousy slime on the tentacle connects to your body and begins burning your flesh a little bit. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You said 7 damage, yeah?
10 points of damage.
10. Okay, I'm sorry.
All good. Constitution saving throw.
Con saving throw. Ooh, not 20.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yep, you see that white mucousy sliminess starts covering over your body like you saw on Artin, and you find that stillness in your mind, focusing back on your trainings as a monk, and you're able to wipe it off and stop it from getting in your body at all, and possibly diseasing you and taking over you like it did with Artin.
He's probably thinking about stealing stuff.
Anything else for you?
No, that is everything.
Okay. Bork is up now. Let's see. He sees that the aboleth has shaken out of this, and he looks back down at him, and then looks back at the marrow in the water, unsure of who to attack and what to do. But he looks at the aboleth and knows that he's pretty much a pretty big concern to everyone right now. He's the one doing the mind games and controlling everything that's going on here, including the marrow. So he pulls out his gauntlet, another vial, this one with this bright orange glowing liquid, and he shoots out this flaming sphere that engulfs the body of the aboleth. Need him to make a dex save. Ooh, aboleth succeeds the dex save, unfortunately. So he only gets 3 points of damage on him, but this flaming sphere stays there around the aboleth, just engulfing him, and seems to be, distracting him for the time being, at least. Yeah, it should have been. Yeah, could have been a lot better than that. He does have concentration on him now, though, so let me put that on him. It's now the aboleth's turn. Tentacles writhing up in the air. It dips down below the surface of the water. Let me just reread this real quick.
While he does that, I'll do some acting of what the aboleth looks like right now.
Essentially, just not as goofy.
That was badass.
Alright, the aboleth swims up 25 feet up to here with those tentacles all writhing about in the air. It smacks into you, Solrak. With a 27, 3 of them strike down at you. You dodge out of the first 2, and then the third one comes to the side, and it knows exactly the move that you're doing as you dodge out the first 2, and he leans into that strike there. Does 11 points of bludgeoning damage to you, so 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
The ones that it missed, can I do?
Yeah, sure.
Right foot.
Yep, swing to hit. Well, yeah, he's
I can do it on one of them, right?
Yes, on one of them. Yeah, he's just within. Actually, no, I'm sorry. He would be out of your range to do that. Actually, he would have been 10 feet out of your reach, or 10 feet away total, which is out of your reach.
It'll still hit me.
Because he has a 10 feet reach.
So I couldn't like hit it like the swing at the tentacle or something.
If you can roll really high on an athletics check right now, I'll let you see if you can still see if you can hit, but you'd have to expend your superiority dice. Yeah.
An athletics, you said.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Come on, baby. Give it to the die.
37.
19.
Unfortunately, it doesn't cut it. It's not cut it. I was looking for a DC 20, honestly.
Alright,
So that you just take that damage of that 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
okay, 22.
Okay. Again, that white, translucent, slimy mucus just starts coating your body, and yeah, you're able to shake it off and not have it connect any further into your flesh and start stinging you and connecting and taking over your body, as you saw with Arts and Rosolio.
You mean I'm able to shake it off, shake it off? Okay, I can do it. Sorry.
All right, and the aboleth dips down below the water 5 feet, then with the rest of his movement, and that is his turn. Solrak, you're up.
Okay. So you're saying this thing is literally just right in front of me, but dipped right underwater 5 feet?
Yep.
He's 10 feet in front of you, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you could, yeah, exactly.
Could get to him. I could get to him. I would just have to swim in the poop.
Stab down.
Swim in the poop. Okay, so I'm gonna
Well,
look around.
could you go to the left side and then stab down?
What?
Like, could you hit him from here?
No, because he'd be 5 feet underwater, so I don't think I could reach that far.
Yeah, you have 5-foot reach, right?
But it's 5 out and then 5 down.
Ah.
That's how to go swim in there and just fucking go for it. So I'm gonna look over at Fang in the corner. He's covered in shit. Look over at Chaddington. He's been covered in shit, but now he just has fresh shit on top of the crusted shit. And I'm just letting it go. Fine. Fine! And then I'm just gonna jump into the poop water.
I love it. Jump on in and make a Constitution saving throw as you jump in.
Come on, baby. 18.
Okay. Go on and complete your turn. But you do feel the heaviness of your armor and your swords begins to pull you down slightly.
Okay, and I'm going to use the momentum from that pull down to stab down with my sword. Yeah!
Love it.
And do a little demon sword action.
All right.
Let's
see what you got.
Something good. 17.
17 will just hit.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. And that is 10 plus 1. 11. Swing number 2. 19.
Damn.
Okay.
19 hits, yes. Sorry, I was just redoing your math because it should be 13 plus 1, right?
Oh yeah, you're adding the rage
Oh
damage.
yeah, the
right?
2. Sorry.
So yeah, cool. So that damage 4 on the slashing.
5, 7.
7.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you slice in twice with the demon sword, you notice that the flame energy from it, although magical, it doesn't seem to do as much of that damage, obviously, as you see with these ones being rolled as well, but it seems like there might be some sort of resistance from the fire with you being underwater.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm gonna use my my bonus action to swing one Slayer.
Go for it.
One more time. Let's get a crit, baby. Ah, man, it was almost 17.
That will hit though.
Cool. And a 7.
That's it. Very nice. And as you slice on down with that Old One Slayer longsword, you feel your body begin to descend down, and you are about 5 feet down, in that water as well.
Okay, and I still have a little movement, so now I'm going to swim upwards
Okay.
to keep my head above the poop water. So I
Okay.
can breathe.
Begin to quickly as you possibly can to get out of this stinking poop water. Just get your head above it. Yes, make a acrobatics or athletics roll for me. What you're fighting against is either your strength or how much you can dexterously get out of this.
Go, baby. Ooh, 23.
Beautiful. Yep.
It's like I've been swimming in shit all my life.
Upstream. All right. Up Shit's Creek with a turd for a paddle. All right, so anything else for Solrak after you breach the surface? Catch your breath for a moment, slicing into the Abwest a few times.
I'm going to yell,
Let's kill this son of a bitch here!
Love it. All right, Numero is up now. Begins to swim as quickly as he can. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, he can go all the way on up. He's going to go up and crawl at the actually, no, that was a dash action, so he just stands there, and he's next to Solrak. A harpoon is no longer on his body. He's just got these long, gangly claws reached out and looking like they're ready to strike out. At the top of the initiative round, let's see, the bottom two have been shut, or have been opened, so the water it begins rushing out of that bottom half. The top pipe has been shut off completely. There's no more water seeming to flow out of that top pipe due to Fang shutting it off. And the water level seems to begin to go back down ever so slightly. Let me change the map for you. But you guys notice the water begins to go down, and as it goes down, you seem to notice it bellow out into like a crater almost in the center of it around the Abwest, and the water begins to form these walls all around him, and it splashes up into the air and onto the decks all around. I need Fang and Bork to make strength saving throws, actually, and Solrak too, right there.
Strength
Bork.
saving throw?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
Can't see what mine rolled.
5.
5.
Ooh.
All right.
That one.
Yes.
Yeah, now 1.
So those walls of water splash up into the air and splash all around the deck and pulls Fang into the water, splashing on him and knocking him prone. As the water begins to recede back into the pool, it begins to pull him in along with it. Bork seems to hold his ground, but a Constitution save, and yeah, he saves his concentration check as well. But Fang, you get pulled into that water once more, spitting up as poop water begins to fill your mouth slightly. And Wilmore, it is your turn.
So so like the water level went down. Is he still submerged underwater, or is he like crested?
Yeah, he seemed to have like gone down with it as well. He kept like the buoyancy of his body.
Okay. All right. So everybody's in the water except good old Wilmore. So I'm gonna get the fuck out of the water. Go over here. Free action. Open this puppy up, open that puppy up.
Okay.
And then for my action, nope, he's not a humanoid, so I can't do that. I'm going to I'll try one more time. I'm gonna ready an action, and then Sanity's going to 5 foot under the water. And so Wilmore being Wilmore, would he have noticed, like, did the pain start the second he touched the water, or was he like in it for a second?
It's pretty much once you get into the water, the bacteria and everything just starts getting into your flesh and your body, and it's pretty much instantly.
Okay, pretty much instantly. Okay, all right, then can't do that. Well, shit, I'm unprepared here. I'm on ruler. Oh, so everybody's right there though. 25 feet right there. I'm gonna go over to this one. I'm gonna like hug it tightly. And then I'm gonna class Dissonant Whispers, level 1 on him.
Okay.
But since I'm above him, you should try to go like down and away, right?
Yeah, it'll pretty much. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm trying to get like vertical opportunity attacks.
Solrak, I believe. Actually, I guess he's within that 5-foot square away from him still. So sure. Yeah, we can count that. So wisdom save for me? No, not
Wisdom
yet.
15.
Yeah, wisdom
Yep,
15.
wisdom 15.
All right.
Oh no, hold on. I rolled way too many dice. I rolled. Oh no, that's the first one. Yeah, so 7. Yep.
Okay, so you cast this Dissonant Whispers out, and the Aboleth's eyes go wide, and the fins on the back of his body seem to stand up straight as he begins to recoil and throw his tentacles backwards in fear, swimming away down into the depths of the water.
My Dissonant Whispers was a vision of a fully plucked Luke Ganj.
That's terrifying.
Fang and Solrak, if you guys would like, you can both make opportunity attacks. The Marrow is going to as well.
And I'm gonna swing once later.
24.
24 will hit.
19 crit. 15.
15 will miss, unfortunately.
7 damage.
7 damage.
Son of a putas!
Alright, and he goes down. You guys don't know how far down he is, but he's down below the water right now. And actually, with how far down he is, you guys can't see his body at all. He seems to be pushed down below the filth and waste so far that he's out of your sight. Alright. Anything else for you, Wilmore?
Hold on to this one.
Okay, and
so,
then Sanity.
So 3 of them are open, and this is the last one. Yep.
Yeah, that's correct.
Sanity. She just kind of flies, kind of perches on this little thing over here. Just checks out, see what's going on.
Okay. Brings us to Fang.
I will, I was knocked prone, so I guess I make myself unprone.
Yeah, spending half your movement. Yep.
Yep. So I will then crawl out of the poopy water.
Once again.
And then move right around here and take my quarterstaff and give the Marrow a nice baseball bat swing right in the kisser.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do it.
19.
That will definitely hit.
7 damage.
All right. Big smack across its face, and you see it like in slow motion. All his spittle just goes everywhere, and his face just like kind of twists in this awkward position and begins to look back at you.
Yeah, and then after that baseball swing, come straight down on him.
All right. Roll to hit.
25.
That will hit.
Yeah, another 7 damage.
And if the baseball strike or the downward strike on its head, you feel the skull crack underneath the pressure of your bludgeoning with your quarterstaff, and bits of its head just seems to split out both sides of it and sinks down into the water beneath Solrak's body.
And then I stick my let's see. Well, yeah, he's too far. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Bork is up now then. Let's see. Bork, he begins to fill in a few different colors of these liquids, these alchemical liquids of vials into his gauntlet that he has on his arm, and begins rapidly shoving them all around it. And he cocks back a lever on it and looks down in the water where the aboleth descended into, and he shoots the gauntlet with this bright light, this rainbow fluorescent light down into the area, and engulfs the aboleth in this bright light, shining all around everywhere. He is now very fired. And Bork looks over at Solrak and says, that should give you a little advantage on your swings there, buddy.
Yeah! Thanks, Borky!
Gives you a big thumbs up. And it's now the aboleth's turn, who begins swimming as quickly as he can up to breach the surface. With Solrak and Fang right there, he swipes with his tentacles multiple times in both directions. First two at Fang with a 19 to hit on one of them.
Ooh.
Do another warding flare.
Alright, saw it coming. Alright, that's your third and final
He's
one,
got
right?
a dozen of those.
That's my
Jeez.
last one.
Third and final one. With a 28 to hit, so the 19 on the disadvantage.
Yeah. Pardon me.
15 points of damage on that one. A second tentacle comes up towards Solrak with a 26 to hit. 11 points of damage, half, so 5 to you. And then another tentacle up at Bork with an 18 to hit, which will do that. 16 points of damage on Bork, and he has to make a concentration check.
Is Bork 5 feet from me? Let me see.
Yes, Bork is.
So can I do a sentinel attack?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Yeah, buddy. So I'm gonna defend his ass, and I'm gonna swing my one slayer.
Okay,
At it.
absolutely, go for it.
Come on, baby.
Nat 20! Dude! Yes! Yes! Yeah!
Kill it.
That is awesome.
Kill it with fire.
With this nat 20, I need you to also make a wisdom saving throw.
Come on, intelligent one.
13. I don't like this thinking.
Everyone's dead.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So it's my thing plus 2d6. So 9 plus. Actually 11 plus 5. 16.
16, very nice.
Woo!
And that was with your, yep, cool, your rage. So you massive slash into its body after you see the tentacle reach up towards Bork to strike him. You see the opportunity with the tentacle overhead to slash into it and do so grievously with this massive strike, and the anger and ferocity in your eyes, this ultimate rage that you're feeling, it triggers something within you. And Solrak,
God.
I start fucking. Hair starts growing in hairs where places where hair shouldn't be. Yeah. You start seeing teeth fucking grow in places where chompers that big shouldn't be on a human hair. And the man they call Solrak once again. Ow! Becomes a fucking liking here.
Do you think he can doggy paddle?
I think he can. Solrak, I need you to make one more wisdom saving throw.
22.
Solrak, you feel the hair start to grow from your arms and from your shoulders and your neck, and these ears elongate from you. Your nose turns into a snout with these sharp teeth and fangs, and for the first time, you feel like you have complete control over this beast within you.
And then I look over at the aboleth, and I just go, "You're fucked!"
And with that, it is your turn.
Oh yeah. So I'm going to up to it and go big old gash at this bitch with my. I'll go with my wolf claws.
Hell
Actually,
yeah.
no, I'll do beast fangs. Beast fangs.
Yeah. Solrak goes to try to bite into the flesh of the aboleth. 11 won't do it, unfortunately. And so you don't have advantage anymore, actually, either. Let me turn this light off, because Bork unfortunately failed his concentration check.
And do I get 2 swipes, or how does it work?
Yeah, you same as you
Same
get
thing.
two attacks as an action, and then you can bonus action and do one as well.
Okay, cool. So and I'll do another beast fang, and that's a 19. Hey,
19 will do it.
2d8 plus 3. 7 plus my 2 with rage. Does it still go in there?
Yep, it does. Yeah, you
So 9
definitely with
damage.
this. Yep.
Okay, and I'll do bonus, and I'll do my wolf claws.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ooh, 26, baby.
That will hit.
And it doesn't do any crit or anything like that? Okay.
No, let me just reread my notes that I made up. No, it doesn't.
I think I must have seen my strengths. 16.
Very nice. 16 more damage. Damn, Solrak with a massive round with the
And it
strike. Yeah.
And wait, it says if you move 15 feet straight toward a creature, then hit it with a claw attack in the same turn, the target must succeed in a strength saving throw, DC 8 plus proficiency bonus plus strength modifier, or be knocked prone.
Yes, but you did not do that 15 feet of movement.
Then I swim up to you. Doesn't that count?
It's not 15 feet, though.
Oh, it has to be specifically 15 feet.
Yeah, because
How do
it's
you
like
go prone in the water.
it's like
anyway?
a pounce thing. It's like you fall
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
You're not swimming anywhere.
Looks like you're taking a charge at someone. Yeah, that's
Just
true.
floating there in the
The
water.
same, I thought the same thing.
The Nirvana naked baby floating there.
Did he like sue them?
Yeah, he did. Anything else for like informed Solrak?
That is it.
Beautiful. Let's see, that is all of those turns there. So at the top of the initiative order, let me take track of the flow that we got going on here. Seems like the water seems to be going down ever so slightly. Seems to be about 5 feet this round. It's going down even more. Down below the lip of the ledge in which everyone stands upon, the water, instead of being level with it, is now 5 feet down below that. So seems to be quickly getting rid of this environment in which the aboleth has everyone within. But with Solrak in the water there and at the top of the round, I know he just ran away, but the water seems to be like a conduit almost for the aboleth's mind powers, and Solrak begins to shake and convulse inside there. I need to make him to make a wisdom saving throw for me, but regardless, he would take some psychic damage from this aboleth pulling him in there. We'll just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
he needs to roll a wisdom saving throw. Oh, there he is.
No, I didn't like that. No damage, no wisdom savings. I just get.
Solrak, make a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it! I should have stayed away longer.
As
Not 20, bitch.
awesome. You feel like this weird like.
Too wide.
You feel like this weird kind of staticky convulsions start forming in the water around your body. focusing from the aboleth's mind and its rage, and you're able to fight off any of that damage coming into. Well, most of the damage. You only take 2 points of damage total. That's already halved and everything. But yes, at the top of the round now we got Wilmore.
So the aboleth, it also looks like he's like creating water around him, right? In like a
It
like
was
a vortex.
in that moment. It was at the beginning of the last round. It's not currently like
Okay.
that anymore. That was the surge of water that came up around, splashed Fang and
Okay.
Bork. Yeah.
Okay, but we still got some water here. Is it like a lot of water?
Like
Reasonable amount.
like in the pool altogether, you mean, or forming around him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In like the northern area.
Yeah. So it's like I said, you can't tell how deep the pool is really from the top, but it's 5 feet lower than what it was when you guys first came in here. At least
Okay,
currently.
but yeah, all right, yeah, he's a huge monster and he's fully. Is he like crested yet? Or?
You can see his back cresting in the water, or out of the water rather.
We'll do that next time. Free action, swing this one to the left, and I just kind of step back some, and I scream to Fang, and I put my hands above my head, like right like this. And they start glowing purple, and I go, "Fangy baby, time to take a swim!" And I'm gonna ready in action in case he decides to jump in the water.
In case Fang does.
Yep.
Okay. That brings us to you, Fang.
Alright, so bonus action. I start kind of like rubbing my tattoos, and then they begin to glow as I activate my elemental tattoo. And so I understand that the water has gone down 5 feet. I now have let's see, I want to make sure. 15 feet range now with an unarmed strike. Will he be in range, the aboleth?
You should be able to hit him. Yes.
Okay. All right. So if that is the case, okay. So let me do that first. Okay. All right, and then I will. Let's see. So with my quarterstaff, I point in the general direction of the water nearest him, causing like this vortex to kind of like attack him, and that'll be a 14 to hit.
That will miss, unfortunately.
That'll miss. All right. And hopefully this time we'll get him with a 22.
And that will hit.
All right. So there's damage for that. That's 10 damage right there. And then let me just make sure I get I think it's plus 1d6. Yeah. Ooh, 6 more damage.
Nice. Alright. So that's your action and bonus action. Anything else you want to do?
Correct. Yeah, and then I will
Jump in the water.
mm,
Jump in the water.
move back for the time being.
God damn it! Jump in the fucking water, dude! I just yelled at you to do that! Alright.
Is that your turn?
It is my turn.
With that, my hands stopped glowing and I curse at him.
You do have to burn the spell slot that
Yep.
you're going to use. Well, I
was
mean,
gonna turn
you didn't
into a
reactions.
fucking
No,
megalodon,
you readied
dude.
it though. You readied it.
That's my action. I have to burn it. I was
Yeah.
gonna turn you into a megalodon shark, pretty much. And
I thought
hit
when
him.
you readied
And you
something, it's
smacked him.
until I do
And
something.
and you smacked him.
But you have to burn the spell slot when you ready a
Yeah.
spell.
I mean, have you?
Yeah, but I thought it was
Nope.
at any time that I jump in the water, it's ready.
Yeah, it's ready for this turn.
Yeah, but like
Like, it's-
anytime you ready
It's
something,
ready
it's
for a
until
turn.
that happens. It's not for
It's
one.
ready
turn.
for a. So I mean, I guess I could hold the ready till next turn and sit there and
Yeah,
do nothing
you can-
again. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Bork is up now. Then he looks down at the aboleth and he's going to. He's like, Solrak looks kind of hurt down there. Let me help you out, buddy. Here, feel better. And he heals you 5 points with a healing word.
Oh.
And that is his turn.
Cool werewolf man.
As he kind of stands back 15 feet to the side and out of the way of any danger from the aboleth. Who is up now, and with Solrak right in front of him, you see his large maw staring at you, gaping wide. He tries to slap you with the tentacles a few times before bringing you into that. A 26 to hit. A 25 to hit. And a 13, so just the first two.
And I'm going to reaction the last one, but go ahead with it.
Alright, 21 damage from the first two, so have 10 points of damage to you.
Okay.
And then, yeah, you can reaction the one if you'd like.
Yeah, buddy. So I'm going to riposte on the one that misses, so I can take a swing that bitch.
Go for it.
Cool, man. And I'll do my... Let's go with my beast fangs. 16.
That'll
that misses,
that
right?
just misses, yep.
Son of a bitch.
Unfortunately, I believe that's your last superiority dice as well.
I think so. I might have one more. Hold on. I'm trying to find them. I can check it off.
So, with that, though, the aboleth, his 3 tentacles strike at you. Both, or 2 of them hitting.
I got one more left.
All right, one of them missing, and he begins to swim away from you, Solrak, about 40 feet away. You can take actually, you just reaction, so you can't take an opportunity attack. And that is his turn. He seems to be his back with the fins and spikes along it seems to be descending into the water slightly. Didn't make it a full descent down yet, though. Solrak, you were up.
All right. That thing is pretty... I can only get about half. So I can only get to like here, right? Swimming. Right here.
You can
So
get
30 feet.
yeah 30 feet up. You can get 30 feet, so you can get pretty much right about next to him, but you wouldn't be within. You'd still be 10 feet reach away.
Could I use my last superiority die there to lunge at him?
Sure.
Or since I'm in the water. Okay, cool. So I'll do that. Come at him. And I'm gonna fucking lunge at this biatch. Use that. Okay, they're all gone. And now it's time. And I'll do my my beast fangs again.
Well, you could.
It's a nat 20.
Oh, nice. All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Woo! 19, baby.
19, nice. Cool. So you kind of start swimming doggy paddle over to the aboleth, and you get on over there, and you mouth wide bite right into its flesh. You see it starts wiggling out into the air and writhing around. Definitely seem to have hurt it pretty grievously right there. That was your action, or at least one attack. Is there anything else that you wanted to do?
I'm going to use a, let's see, a healing one.
Yes.
Second wind.
Absolutely.
And regain 1d10 plus 6.
Go for it. Roll that.
Okay. Sweet. So 13 back. Cool.
Cool. All right. At the top of the round, or at the top of the order, we have the water still flowing out of the drains down below. Seems to be going quite quickly now, as all the water has been shut off. Actually, the south side is still flowing, but all the water pipes, or the drainage areas rather, have been opened and letting all the water flow out of there freely. Seems to have gone down another 5 feet now, so you're about 10 feet from the top of the
Oh wait,
ledge.
shit! I didn't have the superiority die to damage to that.
Oh yeah, and that's doubled as well.
Yes, sorry. So that right there is a D8.
Yep.
If I'm correctly. So this is doubled.
We can just add 8 to this. So 15.
7. Yeah,
Nice.
baby. Hey!
Very nice.
got
Definitely
it.
massive bite. You guys all begin to hear that static hiss in your minds again, and kind of that echoing reverberation. Sounds like you're in like a bomb shelter almost, and someone's bouncing like a large ball in there, just echoing inside your minds. And you guys hear the voice of Usith, the Abwest Sorcerer, reach out to you all again and say, "You fools! You think you can finish me, an otherworldly monster, god, as myself? Talavar has brought me here for a purpose. My purpose is yet to be served, but we are on our path. You all will not stand in my way, our way of complete and utter domination of the Sword Coast, of Faerun, of all of the Forgotten Realms." And you see his tail whip up out of the water, starts wiggling to the left and the right with his tentacles extending up as well. His eyes go wide as he begins to just like hover there. And again, he relays to you all. "Narvi harnesses the power of the Dusium, and those that have the Dusium controls all. He's already on his path of complete, utter destruction. You little folk, you three think you can stop him?" And just then you feel that boom, 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 waving, echoing reverberation in your minds. I need everyone to make another wisdom saving throw.
Even me?
Everyone.
16.
Fuck.
22. Too wise.
Solid 4.
Yes, Wilmore, that psychic spike hits your mind and just kind of sends you back as you grab both sides of your head, taking 6 points of psychic damage from that. Everyone else takes 3. Solrak, you take 1. And he begins to dip down below the water and out of your guys' sight. And Wilmore, you are up.
Does that give me an opportunity attack?
No, because you took a reaction and it hasn't been your turn yet. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Your turn has come back around, and you didn't take a reaction after then, so yes, you can take your reaction if you want.
Yeah, buddy. Excuse me, Chattington. I will go ahead and use my Beast Fangs. 14, it misses.
14 does miss. Go on, Wilmore.
So he swam. He just started swimming down.
Yep.
When I was in the water, I wouldn't have noticed that there was an actual floor to this place, would I?
You wouldn't have been able to. You didn't get deep enough to be able to see down that deep.
Only I had someone that was a shark that could do that. That'd be neat. Be real neat. I will. I don't really have anything I can do. I guess I'll make my way south to turn off the other thing. I can't see him, so I can't really do anything.
Yeah. As you begin running your way down over there again, you use your full movement on the deck. Make a dexterity saving throw.
There you go.
Cool. You slide as you plant your feet after you finish running. Seem to almost fall backwards, but your feet planted nice and firmly. You hold your position and stand up straight. And again, you hear the alien, otherworldly voice of Usith in your mind. And he just it's not even a language that you can comprehend. It just begins to burble and reverberate and shake around inside your skull. Just kind of terrifying sensation. Anything for sanity?
She kind of just circles around here. Just flying over, but looking, kind of trying to sense them.
All right.
That's about it.
Fang, you were up.
All right. Let's see. I will spend 2 key points and do a quicken healing.
Okay.
Which is a D6 plus 4. So I get 6 points of healing back.
Very nice.
And then I will then proceed to make my way right there in between Chaddington and Borg.
Okay. Need you to make a dexterity saving throw as well as you run over with your full movement in one quick succession.
Oh, 1 sec. Okay. You said a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, please.
He falls in.
26.
Very nice. Slide right next to Wilmore. A-okay. Anything else for you?
That is everything.
Bork kind of looks around with his hand wrapped around his gauntlet, fist up, looking around nervously and anxiously. I'm just know that thing's gonna pop up somewhere, so I'm ready. I'm ready. And all right, brings us to which would be Usith's turn. Patiently, you guys all begin to wait for something to happen. Begin to breach out of the water, something psychically to come in and crush on you and enslave you. But it seems to be a bit of a stillness for the moment there. Until, once again, you guys hear in your mind the voice, the alien voice of Usith the Aboleth. He just reaches out and says, Talavar, he is already working on the plans. You think you can stop him and stop us from taking over all of the undead? The world will be ours. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing, the 3 of you can do. And with that, you guys see a cyclone of water begin to form about where he ducked down into, and the water begins to swirl and swirl around, leaving a twister down there of water just picking up speed rapidly and perpetually until the water that is in this pool here is no more. Oh no, I didn't mean to do this. I just regridded it by an accident.
Yeah.
But yeah, the water is completely emptied from this this pool here, and the Aboleth is no longer in here. He's missing completely. Go ahead and set up this grid, but Solrak, it is your turn in the initiative order. We're gonna finish you out here, and then yeah, what would you like to do?
And there's no hole anywhere that it went, right? It just disappeared. There.
You notice now that there's the drain on that northeast side. It seems to be opened, completely ajar. All these drains have been opened now with you guys releasing the valves, and with his octopi, squid-like body, otherworldly body, you imagine, no bones inside there. He probably squeezed and squished his way into that pipe.
Now I'm gonna run up to the pipe See, there's a drain here, and you said now this is open, right? So there's no grate over it.
Correct.
Okay, then I'm gonna smell them to see if I can track which one you went into, so I can follow.
Okay. Making that perception with advantage. Wilmore, I don't see your token out here.
Yeah, I moved it and then it disappeared. Just
12.
Can you throw another one?
Yeah.
Stupid 12.
Oh, there it is. And you rolled a 12. That's with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you you're sniffing around. You can't really tell exactly, from your sense of smell where exactly he went down, but he was positioned in that northeast side. So it's. And you saw that cyclone of water forming around there as well, forming there. So, make an investigation roll. Because you don't smell him around that hole there. But you don't see any signs that he would have went down here either. Whoops.
Well, gents, he's gone. And then I just get mad as shit, and then I take a big old fucking swing at the goddamn ground. Because they got out of our reach. And that's it.
Well, that seems to be twice in a row. I'm gonna walk over to the little den, go inside of it, and kind of see if there's anything in the footlocker or on the table or anything really.
Sure thing. Let me change the music just a little bit.
Just a pair of Jordans.
Yeah, there's always something going on at the Foot Locker.
Hey.
2 for 1 at the Foot Locker.
All right. So yes, you make your way into this small stone room. You push your way through this rusted door on inside there, and yeah, inside this looks like it's possibly like an office building of sorts. You see nice compiled treasures and sorts on this table on the north side. Containing in these treasures, you see, some neatly folded clothes. They're nice. Looks like they could be noble attires, each gaudy and very expensive looking. As well, with these 3 folded sets of clothing, you see pouches with each one of them, and that's pretty much what you can see up on the table there. The pouches, one of them is opened, spread out with a few assorted gold pieces. You see a couple platinums as well.
I'm gonna kind of take a look at the 3 clothes, to kind of see if they tie to the 3 missing people in any way, if there's house sigils or anything like that. And then I'm gonna take the money. How much dough's in those 3 pouches?
Yeah, make an investigation roll for me.
Oh, but before I do all this, I'm gonna put my invisibility ring on so Narvi can watch, if he can still watch.
Okay, sure.
You said investigation?
Yep. And Solrak, you're down like 30. Now that you're all the way on the bottom, you realize it's like 30 feet up this floor from where the top part is, where the landing is. Yep.
Now, as a werewolf, I'm gonna try to parkour up, basically, like run up.
Okay.
And push off against the wall, and then jump up.
Make
or over here.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, type thing.
Make an acrobatics. The DC is going to be a little high, but make an acrobatics and see if you can make it happen.
All right. Come on, Solrak. We're only badass ones. 18.
18. So describe how you're like parkouring.
So I would basically
Parkour!
I mean, more like barcore.
That's fucking
Boo,
stupid.
boo, boo.
Well,
God,
I
I've seen
don't
funnier funerals than this.
As the one with the highest intelligence, I guess it just went over your heads, you guys. But I get it, you know.
Well, I mean, he's not the tallest, anyways.
So I run up to this wall, and I literally kind of do like a side jump, and then I push off with like I claw onto a grip, like I claw onto a brick, not a grip. I claw onto a brick, and then just push off like rah! Like Beast and X-Man.
Love it. And yep, you just reach up as far as you can, Mister. You push yourself up that last push, and your claws scratch into just below the lip of the brick, but you're able to get the claw right in there enough to be able to hold on just barely enough to get your left hand up above the ledge and pull yourself up. 18 was exactly the DC I had in mind.
Yeah.
All right. So Wilmore, you begin looking around a little bit more at the clothes, and yeah, with a 19, you can definitely tell, as mentioned, these clothes seem to be gaudy and expensive, something like a noble would wear. Definitely seems to fit that idea. It possibly could be the 3 missing nobles, their 3 sets of attire. In the pouches, you start pulling out all the gems and the coins inside of there. All collect it and put it in a pile, and you start counting. It's about 92 platinum pieces, 108 gold pieces. You have about 45 silver. And you see like there's like 10 golden goose coins as well, all within the sacks here.
How many gold was there? 108.
8.
Okay.
Yep. 92 platinum, 108 gold, 45 silver, 10 golden goose coins. And then there's like a couple of really nice like gemstones in here too. You see there's 2 tourmalines and a single brilliant facet cut green emerald. And then in one of the sacks in the bottom of it, you pull out a pendant, resplendent with a capital R engraved in emeralds and an onyx disc with gold backing.
Well, I think I found something fun. I say to myself, and like while I'm looking through all this stuff, I'm just kind of like singing to myself, like, gonna find you and fuck your shit up, ready or not, here I come, you can't hide, I'm gonna find you, hear that Narvi, and make you say my name. And I'm just gonna keep doing that. Like just I'm just singing that to myself. I'm enjoying myself, counting my coins, putting it in my pocket, not telling anybody about it yet, except for the big R pendant. I put that around my neck like a big old chain, like I just hit a home run for the Baltimore Orioles, and I walk outside and I go, gentlemen, look what I found. Although before I do that, I check out that Foot Locker to see if there's a BOGO in there or anything like that. Sure.
So Wilmore has been spending a little bit of time in here counting the coins and gems and sorting through the clothes at first. Solrak and Fang, you guys are waiting outside the room, or are you gonna join in with him, or?
Yeah, I'm just waiting out there.
Okay.
I don't know why he's taking so long.
Yeah, at this moment, with nothing else going on, I probably would have proceeded into that room since there's nothing else to do outside here.
Yeah, he didn't have to turn into a shark or anything really cool like that, did he?
Well, it's a good thing I didn't. It's a good thing I didn't, because I'd be like this.
or you'd be like following him down or underneath him, not allowing him to go down there, or
Yeah, all
cool
11 health that I had, or whatever it was.
So when I do that, you have 150 health.
Yeah.
So like when you get polymorphed, you take the health of the creature. It's like a whole new person.
That's why I said last game, polymorph is the best healing spell.
Fuck.
Yeah, you would have like 150 hit points. You would have done like 30 points on average. It's good. It's good though.
So Wilmore, you go down to the south side of this room, and you see this chest here, this wooden chest, and you see it's got these metal brackets around the lid and down the front of it, and there's a keyhole in the front center, and you go to lift open the lid, and it seems to be locked there.
Keyhole. Look around for a key in the room.
Yeah, perception roll.
There it is.
You go up on the table and look through all the gold and material and clothes scattered up upon the surface, and no keys seem to be in here. You look around on the ground underneath the stools and the table, and even underneath the chest, and doesn't seem to be a key within sight anywhere.
Is the chest like attached to the ground?
You can find out.
Can I like kick it around, see if it moves?
You gotta go to try to move it, and it does seem to be affixed in that position.
I just kind of walk out of the room, take my invisibility ring off, and just go, gentlemen, a chest I need the help with. Maybe check the dead bodies out there.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
These things.
Sorry, you're checking the bodies? Is that...
Yep.
Yeah, you go ahead and start checking over the bodies, and doesn't seem to be anything on their persons other than the harpoons which they were bearing. There's no sort of material items which they're carrying. There wouldn't even be a spot in which they would be carrying it, so it's a quick look over on both of them for you, Solak, to deduce that no key on either of them.
So I'm gonna go up to the chest, and I'm gonna inspect it and see if perhaps I can do something about this.
Is Solrak staying in his Lycan form, or you have complete control to revert back if you'd like?
I'm cool right now. I'm enjoying it.
you do seem to have control over it, so yeah, totally fine. But yeah, you go up to the chest, and what would you like to do?
I'm going to first I'm going to try to force it open, pry it open with bare strength. First I'm going to try that.
Alright, go ahead and give me a strength or athletics check. You can make an athletics check, because I'm sure that's higher.
I see him doing this, I go Solrag. That's guidance.
Cool. So you can add a D4 to that roll.
21 plus D4.
So are you smashing the lid, or are you ripping it open?
I'm just ripping it open. I don't necessarily want to smash the whole thing.
Okay.
This is something explosive.
Sorak extends his Lycan claws to the front of the lid and supports his body with his other hand, and he begins to pull and flex and rip the lid off. You guys hear as the lock inside of it begins to rupture and sunder, and the mechanism just springs go everywhere and sunders across the room, and Solrak just completely rips that lid clear off of there.
And then I grin over to Chattington, a mouth full of fucking wolf teeth, and say, "As you were."
I go. I like reach up, like, right here. And I give him just a couple scratches. I go, "Good boy," and then I go and look what's in the chest.
I secretly like it, so I don't say anything.
That secretly is tickle spot, so he's like...
He flexes back, moving his leg.
Love it. So, with the chest lid ripped clean off of this, the bottom half of it, Wilmore laying right inside. You see it's something that catches your eye immediately. This, it's a staff of sorts, and it's carved out of bone. And it's got this shape, these twisting tentacles coming off the end of it. It's this long staff. It's about half your height, and it just seems to be meticulously carved out of this sort of bone material with these different tentacles just kind of twisting and turning in all sorts of different directions on the end of it. Sitting neatly beneath that on a black velvet cloth, you see these 4 vials that have a topper designed to look like a dark purple octopus with these red eyes and with these tentacles wrapping around the length of the vial. Inside of it is filled with this inky black liquid. And there's also this like fabric that's like just wrapped up. This is sitting in like on the very bottom as well.
I kind of reach in and the first thing I do is I pull out the big tentacle wand. Kind of look at it and I go, well, this might come in handy. And I start kind of like holding it like a walking stick. And then I pull up the octopus toppers, and I go, who else in the room?
Fang, have you made your way into the room now?
Yeah, I'm right next to you.
So I believe everyone's in there then.
Okay, I take one and I just kind of like toss it to Fang, like, hey, check this out, buddy. And I toss another one to Solrak. Hey, here you go! And then I throw it over to Bark. Think fast!
Oh, hey, yo, whoa, wait. I
have no idea what those are, but I think they're fun. And I put one in my pocket.
Strange.
They're wands?
This is, there are vials of this liquid. Each one of you guys now have one. The topper on it is designed to look like a dark purple octopus with these red glowing eyes, and the tentacles on the octopus on the bottom of it are wrapping around the length of the vial. And then inside of them is some sort of like inky black liquid.
I say to them, maybe Kolbaz will know what's down with these.
Well, they said, the Abwest said that Narvi had the power of the Dusium. Wonder if this is...
Well, and I pull out a thing of Dusium and I put it right next to it and I go,
Make an investigation roll.
Could be processed down to something else.
They're both black, viscous liquids, but there seems to be a different aura to the ones inside of these vials that you have just found. The consistency of the Dusium, the vials that you have, seems to be a little bit thicker and more ichor-like.
Mm-hmm.
But this one in these vials, it's a little bit more liquidy to it.
Well, boys, I don't quite think it's Dusium, but fun fact: next time we're in like a water area and there's a magical maze, let's all just remember that this fucker's still out there. Maybe we check with Kolbaz about these, and maybe your sword too, Mr. Solrak. And then I pull up you said there was like a black cloth under there as well?
Yeah, it's more like kind of like a grayish, bluish almost. But yeah, it does have like a black, it kind of like changes like the skin of like a manta ray when you look at it just slightly. But yeah, you pull this up and it is like some sort of just fabric that's wrapped up. And after you lift it, you feel like there's some sort of, something inside of it wrapped up.
Something, like wrapped up inside of it?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, let's go clear off that table, my friend. Go over to the table and kind of lay it down and unwrap it.
Okay. You begin to unravel this what you can now tell is a cloak of sorts. This cloak, it comes down, the back of it comes down with like a tail down the back of it, like sort of like a manta ray, and inside of it wrapped up, you guys see snapped in half, broken into pieces, a rapier with a hilt shaped like a sunburst and made of solid brass.
A rapier, you said?
Yeah.
I look over at Chaddington.
Hmm.
Or someone we knew who had a rapier.
Well, I mean, to be fair, and I pull out my rapier and go, these are fairly common, and I kind of compare it to my standard rapier. Is it the same, or is it's got the golden brass and all that stuff?
Yeah, so you can see the hilt that's been snapped from the rapier point. The connection of it has been severed. The shape of it is of a sunburst made of solid brass.
Look over at Chanton. You don't think, do you?
Well, I mean, it's possible. I'm actually like not worried about the rapier. I'm kind of like looking at the manta ray cloak,
I'm gonna
and
smell it to see if
I'm
it's-
looking like underneath the cloak to see if there's any plumage.
Yeah, both of you guys can make, or Wilmore, you can make a, I guess if that's that, perception, sure. Both of you guys can make a perception. Solrak, you can make yours with advantage.
16.
God damn it!
Because you're like smelling.
17.
yours. Is that what you were doing, Solrak? Smelling it?
Yeah, I'm smelling.
Oh, if he's smelling, he should be able to roll like 3 dice.
Yeah, so I mean, 17 is pretty solid roll. You pick up the cloak in your hands and begin sniffing it deeply, and your head kind of twitches to the side a bit as you put it a little bit closer to your nose, and it is very distinct, this scent that you're picking up. It smells like, in your words, a dirty bird person.
I knew I recognized this disgusting smell. Chaddington! This smells like shit! You know what that means?
Oh God!
Yeah! Oh, Lord!
Are you guys picking something up from this? Because I'm completely at a loss.
Look over at Fang. The guy we rode with before you.
The bird fellow.
That's the one that smelled. Like if you just took a big old dump, right? And then you left that dump sitting out.
That's
And
right.
then you took another dump on top of that one.
A bunch of dumps.
Then so you left that all sitting out. And then you left on vacation and forgot to clean it up, right?
To come back to the dump.
Right. It's been.
Right,
Then you
right.
realize, oh my God, it's the middle of a heat wave. This is awful. then you show up. And it's like, yeah, I kind of got to go anyways. So might as well poop on it again. So you poop on that dump. Smells like that. A little bit.
But
Anyway, yes. This all.
what is that scent?
I believe it's our friend.
The bird fellow.
That's right. Luke.
And
You don't think?
Oh, I think. I look up to the skies.
Well, gents, I'm sorry to hear that.
He might have smelled awful, but he didn't deserve this. I look at his stuff. And then I just look back up. And then I don't say anything out loud, but I vow revenge. Lucange.
I kind of just speak up and go, well, I'll be honest, he's bested us 2 out of 2. So, Mr. Fang, if we ever see this creature again, I just want you to know, it might get a little bit hectic.
Understood.
Because this can't happen again. If the bird is either alive or being turned into one of those monstrosities, at the end of the day, he can't make it that far. He can't take that turn to be what he doesn't want to be. And I hope you understand that as well, Mr. Solrak. We can't let our friends suffer anymore if we go down this path one more time.
We do think that he went down that one pipe, though, correct? I mean, granted, Solrak wasn't able to catch a scent.
Thing is, who knows how intricate this pipe channel is. If you saw how it moves its body, it can contort into all kinds of shapes. So I don't know how far we'd be able to get down.
Our
if we
our
traveled.
best chance is to fight this on our ground.
That's right. I agree. We don't know the terrain here. If we follow it, it could be a trap.
If I know my good friend Mr. Narvi, he's very good at playing with pawns, and even the occasional knight or bishop, and this here aboleth friend, though he might even be a queen, and I can guarantee you one day he may be willing to sacrifice that queen, and we gotta be ready, if you know what I mean.
Well, I have the highest intelligence, so I know what you mean.
I don't even know what that means.
Because you don't have the highest intelligence.
Exactly. You see,
Sorry,
Fang
Tim.
gets it. He's with me here.
Granted,
We
my
all know
intelligence
Fang has a
isn't that
very
high.
low intelligence because he didn't jump in the water when I told his ass to. But yeah, you.
I have a feeling this is gonna be a
monk
thing
in
now.
the certainly not the sharpest monk in the temple, but I do want to try something real quick as I click the mechanism on my my quarterstaff and glide down,
Okay.
and I pull out an arrow, or I proceed to make my way over to this pipe. I pull out an arrow. I cast light on it and just drop it down the pipe.
Sure.
To see if I see anything at the bottom that might potentially resemble a aboleth.
Sure. You drop it.
He's just sitting there smiling at you, like 10 feet down the hole.
Yeah. No. You drop the arrow that's illuminated in this bright, glowing 20-foot radius light down the hole, and you just watch as the light continuously sinks further and further down.
About how long does it take for myself to hear a thump from the sound of the arrow?
Make a perception check.
You can't figure this out. See how deep it is.
Remember,
I got my calculator and I've got Google for
I'm sorry,
sound distance dilation.
you said perception check.
Yeah, because you're glistening.
6.2 seconds. Okay, well that is 1.8 meters.
13. You don't hear the sound connecting with the floor at all.
Oh, shit.
Not even like a splash or anything.
You don't hear anything from the distance in which you would imagine it must have dropped, and from where you're standing. And unfortunate perception roll. Nope.
I walk over to the kind of center, and I see Fang down there doing all this stuff, and I just scream out, my friend, these people, you either kill or you move on. And I start making my way out.
Well, if killing him is what we're here to do, then why don't we simply just turn the water back on?
Ah, he's gone.
You do know he's aquatic, you know, like a shark?
All right, guys, let's get out of here. It's time to go.
All we need to happen is for me to be under the water, Jackson.
No, because I stopped. My hands aren't glowing.
the reaction's gone.
You see the hands glowing? They're not glowing.
Solrak, make either perception or investigation roll.
Do I get advantage on perception?
Both of them will be flat roll.
14.
Okay. You notice as like when you went to lift the crate and move it around a little bit, as Wilmore also noticed, it seemed to be affixed to the ground. And as you lifted the lid off, it doesn't seem to have like shifted at all, and just something kind of caught your eye. And Wilmore was also with his 12 investigation while he was in there. You noticed that there was like a small crack in the floor of the chest and where it met the wall, like a little gap.
I'm gonna go and call. Hey, Bork! Come over here, my friend.
Oh yeah, no, certainly, buddy. What do you need?
And I'm gonna point to the hole right there. See that right there?
See him adjust his goggles. I wouldn't have unless you pointed it out to me.
Huh. Do you think that, this could be perhaps a secret entryway of sorts?
Oh, I guess we won't find out until we lift it up, huh?
That's right. Now, I'm gonna try a little brute strength, but if that doesn't work, might maybe have some use for your tools and for your handymanship.
Oh,
If you don't mind.
I'll be here waiting. But Silrak, I saw you rip that lid. It's clean off of that thing. I have no doubts that you'll be able to, muscle your way through this as well.
Well, I have been working out here, so let's see what we can do.
And I'm going to grip the one side of the chest with the left arm, the other with the right.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to just yank that son of a bitch out.
All right, give me an athletics roll. 11. All right. Lucky, you get your fingers right into like the gap opening where you can see the floor seems to have something exposed underneath of it, and you're pulling and you feel some of it splinter and start to crack just a little bit, and you're unable to get the crack all the way through to break and lift up that what seems to be a false floor completely up. You can give it another try if you want.
Yeah, I'll do one more.
All right.
Athletics, you said?
Yes, please.
God damn it.
8. Bork will look at you and say, Solrak, you must be getting tired in that wolf form. I can only imagine. I mean, it's quite terrifying. But here, step aside and let me help you out a little bit. And he pulls out a crowbar with another sort of mechanism that he's able to like hammer back into the back end of the crowbar, and with a 17 on the dice, Bork just kind of wedges it up and cracks it up. I see that bottom part just completely rips up, splits in half right there, and kind of collapses inward to the bottom floor right there, which now that it's exposed, you see it's just the size of the chest, pretty much right beneath the floor underneath. It only goes in about a foot deep altogether.
And I look over at him and say, I loosened that up for you.
It was beginner's luck. Beginner's luck. Why don't you roll a d4 for me, Solrak?
D4?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. Inside here, you see a shiny blue cloak with a black and white square pattern kind of going up and around the hem of it, and chainmail linked on the shoulders with a clasp around the neck of a metal shield with a sword on it.
Oh. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to admire it, and then I'm going to see if I can slip it on.
Yeah. It's a... You kind of, undo the clasp on it with the shield with the sword on it, and you place it over your shoulders with the chainmail resting around your shoulders, and it's sitting there nicely. And Bork looks at it and says, "Oh, I've seen one of those before. That's a Cloak of Protection. The thing, he knocks on the chainmail. That thing is nice and sturdy. That'll protect you nicely."
Oh, I like it. In that case, maybe I don't need this form anymore, and then I relax down into my human form, so I don't spend as much energy.
Yes. And so you can add that Cloak of Protection to your inventory if you'd like. It is an attuned item to be able to benefit from it. But after you pick up that cloak, try it on, test it out, Bork tells you what it is, and you transform back into your human form. You notice as you're shifting back, in the bottom of the bin there, you see pushed to the side a wooden tube.
A wooden tube?
Yes.
I go pick it up and see if I can see what it is.
It's a you go and pick it up, and it's about no longer than a foot long altogether, about 3 inches wide, and it's got a cap on the end of it, and you begin to twist off the cap, and inside of this tube you can see there's a parchment that's been rolled tightly and tied with a ribbon.
Oh, it's the one with the highest intelligence. I pull it out so I can read it.
All right. You begin to unravel the scroll and extend it out in your hands in front of you.
And it reads, Yo quiero Taco Bell.
This stream sponsored by Taco Bell.
I mean, that is 100% my dinner tonight, so
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Like, low-key, how can I not spend $8 and get 2 meals, right? So, anyways, you pull out this scroll, unravel it, and written in this inky black calligraphy writing, you can see it says, "To the WC. I have found my true calling. As a child, I always dreamed, how high can I fly? And I'm beginning to realize that answer is far beyond what I could ever imagine." And then written beneath that, you see all these weird alien symbols, otherworldly, astroplane type of symbols that you can't understand. And then underneath of that, in the same kind of inky black liquid, you see a talon stamped, and the words, Luke Ganj.
My eyes just widen, and I see the talon stamp. I look over at Wilmore. I see it's him. It really is him. What the hell does this mean?
Well, he may
What are
be
these
under.
symbols?
He took that book with him, didn't he? From
He did.
whatchamacallit.
From Lylon.
I think maybe Kolbaz can help with the symbols, but I do fear our old friend may have gone too far.
You think he got insane? He had gone with someone. This is crazy talk. What is this?
I fear he may have gone too far down the Abelis's road. I'm not gonna lie. During the fight, my friend, I think you spaced out for a minute. you were staring out there while I was doing shit, and you were again doing nothing. It was kind of weird. But then you snapped out of it. I don't know. Maybe he went too far down that path.
If someone helps me up from down here, I might be able to decipher what that is.
Well, sure. And I'm gonna take out rope from my thingy, my inventory, which I have 50 feet. And
I go to polymorph him into a giraffe, and I realize I can't. I already used the spell. I'm real salty about this if you haven't sorted it out by now.
No, we didn't notice. No, at all.
Figured it out.
It wasn't obvious at all. You really haven't acted different anyway. And I throw rope. By the way, can you turn me back human, Nate?
Oh, yes, I can. Sorry.
And I climb up.
Holding on the back end of the rope, and I'm pulling.
Yep, Fang, easy enough for you to climb up on that rope. You make your way up there.
Yeah, so I examine the extraterrestrial lettering to see if it's written in Celestial.
You begin to look at it with a little bit of knowledge of Celestial under your belt, and this is not Celestial. This is something even further beyond that. Something more ancient and even more alien.
Well, thanks for getting me up here anyways.
Well, gentlemen, I think maybe we circle back on Kolbaz on this, and then we do have to, if we want to get some sweet coin, we can go back to the to that one old lady and see if I can get some money for this. And I'm just like, my sweet chain.
And we should definitely find a place to bathe, you guys. We smell like shit. Little shit. And I point to all of us. We're covered in shit.
Well,
Yeah, maybe the Rosolios will allow us to bathe at their residence.
I mean, it's kind of the least they could do.
Especially given upon returning dependent.
Yeah. But just saying, gotta get this shit off me.
Yes. Shall we head that way, or to Kolbaz? Or maybe even get our pets first?
I say get the pets, then bathe in food, and cold baths.
Love it.
I would maybe go to Kolbaz before the Rosolios. I don't think they're necessarily on the peak of our interest.
All right.
I trust Kolbaz more than them.
Well, maybe cold baths will let us bathe.
You guys do want to return that necklace to the Rosolios for...
Oh yeah, for the big guy.
Yeah, I want to go to Kolbaz first.
And then Water Baron Nestra also wanted some information as well. But yeah, so you guys want to go to Kolbaz then. Good enough. Who's leading? You guys are heading on out of here then, I assume?
Yeah.
Who is leading the way?
Water Baron Nestra.
You'd have to ask.
Yes, under our open quest and random NPCs on the Discord, I have the
Okay, I read it.
Water Baron on there as well.
Oh.
So alright, Solrak, make a survival check as you begin leading everyone out of this tunnel.
Okay. Oh.
An 8.
Oh, and I took all the clothes.
Sure. Okay, let's see.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up.
Alright, so you guys are now made your way back upstairs where it is completely dark up here once again. You can do something about that if you'd like.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay. Solrak lights his second torch out of the bundle of 5 that you guys found. And flame illuminates all around you guys, showing a nice, warm, bright light in this dank and dark cellar or sewers. It's pretty late at night now, of course. It's about 3 in the morning after all this commotion and whatnot. And Solrak, you've been leading everyone through these tunnels. And as you do, you start to notice more of that psychic, that gray ooze starting to move around the walls. It's pretty slow stuff, but it does reach out to you telepathically. You start feeling that headache crushing in on you. I need you to make an intelligence saving throw, everyone.
No, I'm keeping one Slayer out, not Demon Sword.
Oh, Bork with the 20. These slimes are all over the walls. You guys can see starting to move over towards this sewer grate where you guys are all just fighting from. Let's see.
Wait, but do I still need to do this since I have one Slayer out? I'm resistance charms, right?
This isn't a charm.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm fucked.
But it is psychic damage, which helps you with the old one. Helps you with that. Fang, you rolled a 2. All right, so you get
Yep.
you and Wilmore rolled a 17. Okay, so Fang, you take 11 points of damage. Wilmore takes 5. Solrak, you take 5, and Bork takes 5 as well. But
At this.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. No, finish. You finish.
I was gonna say, no, just you guys see these oozes just ever so slightly moving, very slowly along the walls. You guys can clearly outrun them if you wanted to, but you can tell that they were the ones that are targeting this psychic crush on your guys' minds.
It's kind of go, gentlemen, we need to get the hell out of here.
That's right. And let's move it. And I start not running, but walking faster like a trot.
Okay, that's the water there, but go ahead and make another survival check.
Yeah, okay.
I'm fucking forgetting that. Sorry.
Anything
good.
that looks like water
Yeah.
isn't quite water.
Solrak, make a survival check as you lead everyone through here as quickly as you can to exit. You guys keep on running as quickly as you can. Solrak is having a hard time navigating his way back through this area where you guys have, it's been a little bit of time now since you've been up here, and we're downstairs examining everything. I need everyone to make another intelligence saving throw.
I was gonna say prior to, I guess upon leaving, would I be able to, I guess, what is it? I guess, use the effects of my Dragonhide belt and roll to regain key points?
Yeah, of course. But roll an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
As you guys are trying to run your way out of here with Solak reading the pack, taking a little bit too long for you guys. You feel the psychic impact of these gray oozes all around you, just kind of giving you this dull and annoying headache. Fang, you take 6 points of damage. Everyone else takes 3. Solrak, roll another survival as you roll, trying to get everyone out of here.
Alright. Oh, baby. 24. There we go.
Solrak, now he turns the corner,
There you go.
remembering exactly where you guys were and the path that you took, and begins leading you guys along this pathway on this east wall down to the south. I'm sorry, you guys wouldn't have gone this way, but it's all good. Solrak is able to figure out his way out of here quickly enough to get you guys out into the streets of Yartar and back into the under the moonlit and starry night sky. Let me go ahead and just put up a picture of Yartar in here so you guys can look at. There you go. I'll blow that up for the stream. So that's, you guys are out of the sewers now completely. Solrak has successfully led you guys out of here, and as I mentioned, it's about 3:30, close to 4 in the morning now after you guys have made your way through this labyrinth, and still the moon and the stars hanging up above you. Seems to be a quiet atmosphere outside. Not many people, going from, building to building because all the shops are closed for the evening, all the taverns are closed. And most people are asleep at this point in time.
Well, gents, let's go to Colbass's. And perhaps we can get a rest while we're there.
Yeah, I think maybe in the morning we can talk to our other parties.
That's right. And we can use the cover at night to sneak there. Let's not draw attention to ourselves. Remember, there's spies everywhere.
Okay. So you guys begin making your way over to Colbaz's then. Who is leading the way there?
I think Chaddington can lead the way there.
Okay. Chaddington, make a survival check as it's dark and you guys have had a long, long night starting off with gambling and having a good time on a casino boat. But you make your way up out of the sewers, and you recognize this grimy tavern that you stopped in for a moment.
Once we get out of the sewers, though, is Lady... What's her name there?
She is not standing there any longer.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yep. So you make your way up, and you recognize this tavern that you guys stopped in and started asking some questions at before, right around the corner. And you get your bearings straight. And you know that Colbaz's is just the opposite direction, kind of to the south. So you begin leading the party up that way, and over to Colbaz's. It takes you guys just 15-20 minutes to get over there. Is there anything that you guys talk about on your way on over?
I'm gonna be close to Chattington because I'm keeping a watch out and protecting him. But I'm gonna look over at him and say, I don't know if the bird lost his mind with these symbols or if he really went down the path of the Abwest. I felt such dark energy from the Abwest. And he tried to get inside my mind. When I read that note, the bird seemed at peace. He seemed happy. I just don't know if that was the same energy that I felt when I think of what I felt with the Abwest.
I hope he's found his peace, but if he's involved with the Abwest, any peace he finds is false.
You're right. For his soul's sake, I just hope you found any other peace other than with the Abwest. I just hold out that these symbols mean you found someone else.
I hope. I never liked that bird, but it'd be a shame to kill him.
That's right. Especially much of the meat would go to waste because he smells like shit, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to eat him.
Well, I mean, if you fry it long enough, it cooks itself out, trust me.
Well, that's fair enough. He was pretty plump and stuff, so.
Just trust me on that one.
Alright, fair enough. Cool.
Fang, anything that you would contribute or maybe just add in addition? Maybe separate from this topic altogether?
Yeah, so I was gonna chime in, say, so what exactly happened to your good friend?
Well, one day, we were running away from this massive creature, and I believe that's when our friend Harshnag died.
Well, Solrak, I think
say
you have to
you-
go back a little further than that. You see here, Mr. Fang, we were in this lovely town of Lylon where I got this, and I held up the sun token, and we became great fans of the what was it called? Help me out here, Nate. What's the
Temple of Lathander? Or
Yes. We became great friends of the Temple of Lathander after we abolished. Fang, guess what we abolished? Just take a guess.
No, Nablus. Did you?
Yup. Our good friend Luke Ganj, he actually was the chosen one, believe it or not, for these little people that really didn't matter much. He was chosen. He had this sword here called the Lightbringer, and it brought light and love and a little bit of stank, and he used that there to try to slay the Aboleth, but him and I whispered to him, we were actually pretty decent friends, but don't tell Solrak, because it's a thing. But we actually came into a pact with the Aboleth on we were gonna fight his role and kill everything and fight for him, and then let's just say I lost that pact. You know, king to rook, flip the castle, take over the queen. It was a checkmate. It was great. Um, it, but he didn't. He couldn't. He kind of had that darkness in him for quite some time, and he had to go. He had to leave, and now I think he he may have found that aboleth again, and that's a problem.
I mean, from seeing all of this, what do you think may have happened to him?
Have you ever have you ever seen a dog chasing a chariot, right? And they chase that chariot. They're gonna catch that chariot, and then one day they catch that chariot and it runs over their skull and a little bit of brain comes out their ear. Yeah, I think he called his chariot. And it's yeah. I hope he didn't catch his chariot.
Well, I'm certainly sorry to hear that for you guys. I mean, I know how much shit, pun intended, you talk about him, but you know, deep down it sounds like he was one of you guys, at least acquaintances, and I'm sure that's never easy for you guys, especially
Just
finding
because
out
he's-
just like this.
Just because he smelled like shit on the outside doesn't mean he was shitty on the inside. And he was pretty shitty on the inside, but like deep down inside, you know what I mean?
Right.
He's all right.
He was one of the top 2 birds that I've ever met.
That's right.
Who was the other one?
Oh, he's just a drunk. Legends say he's still passed out at a bar somewhere. A big old dong on his face.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
It's about that time when you guys have started making your way up to a familiar stone building. It's really late in the morning, early in the morning, I guess you should say. About now, it's about 5 in the morning. You guys have been up all night with no sleep. You're making your way through that sewer system and back up here. And you guys get yourself up to the wooden fence line of the building in which Kolbaz has the Harper Circle situated inside of. Don't see any commotion, but you do see some lights flickering from some windows on the inside, some torches illuminated on the walls. As you approach the gate in the front door, they seem to be slightly ajar, and everything seems to be a little quiet.
I'm gonna take a peek around to see if I spot any movement around the property.
Yeah, make a
Windows and stuff.
perception roll.
Cool. And if I hear anything too.
I ask Fang if Fang, do you and Cuomo share any kind of
13.
special bond? Do you know if he's awake?
Oh yeah, sorry, they should be inside. The animals.
I mean, I'm trying to see if he can sense them, if he's safe.
I cannot.
I'm gonna just go up to the door and do a conservative knock given the time, but I'm gonna knock.
You go up to the door, and yeah, with that 13, you don't notice any movement around anywhere, Silrak, but you go up to the door, knock a few times, and the door pushes open as it's been left unshut fully, just left ajar slightly.
I see that, and then I look over to the guys. Then I slowly take out my swords. I go, shh. And I nod to follow me inside the house. And then I go in.
Do we sense any lights on in the building?
There are the torches in the front side that you guys can see kind of flickering around a little bit.
But nothing we can kind of sense inside.
Yeah, don't sense any movement. So Solrak, you're pushing open the door?
Yeah!
Okay. You go ahead and start pushing open that door, and it creaks as it swings inward. And inside, as I mentioned, you see that there's some torches still illuminated on the front wall. But as you begin to look around, it's eerily silent in here. As you could hear a pin drop, if it were to happen.
Yeah. Whisper behind me. I have a bad feeling about this. Stay alert. Moving forward.
You keep moving forward and forward. You get into the main hall here, this atrium. You can look to your left and to your right. On the east wall is the library, which Kobaz brought you guys inside of to show you around some of the books and the image of the seven evil mages. And to the west, you know that there's the kitchen there, but both doors are shut. And then straight ahead of you to the south is where the teleportation circle is, the garden that you guys all first major entrance into when you teleported here from Waterdeep.
Kind of whisper into Solrax there. He'd probably be asleep if it was now.
I don't know.
Which one's his bedroom again?
I don't know. Well, I don't know where his bedroom is. Never been in there.
Make a intelligence check. Either one of you, if you want to.
I mean, clearly it's going to be Solrax making intelligence check.
That's true. Ain't wrong.
Well, if you insist. Intelligence check. Oh, yes. Right there. Ooh, a 5.
Fuck it.
You know it's not one of the top two rooms. It must be one of the bottom center one. It must be the one in the bottom left or the bottom right.
I tell you what, my friend. Why don't we try the one over there? And I point to the one to the left. And I kind of like look back at Fang and Bork and kind of give them the like.
Oh, yeah, sure. Fang, let's go, buddy.
Let's go.
It's a little creepy out here, anyways.
And I'll follow.
Alright, so Wilmer, you're going down to the bottom left, you said, to...
The sky.
Okay. So you guys make your way on down there then. And go to open up the door. It creaks as it opens inwards, and you see an empty office space. That light is not illuminated in there as it shows in the map, but you guys can see that empty office space with the desk pushed back from the wooden desk and a bookshelf on the west wall.
And I say, well, 50% chance I was wrong.
I guess that leaves the other side. Then we'll go there.
Okay.
Well, I think the animals were supposed to be at over here, but okay, let's go.
Okay, so you guys begin pushing your way on over to the opposite side then, kind of hastily, as it's a little too quiet in here. And Solrak, as you get up to that door, you notice that this door is slightly pushed open, unlike any of the other doors.
Again, I go. Signal. And then I prepare to swing if I see something that's fucking creepy there,
Okay.
And I push the door open as
Push.
slowly as I can, without it, like, I'm not gonna slam it. I'm gonna try to open it slowly.
Sure. You slowly, gently push that door open, inwards into the room, until the door bangs up against wooden desk behind it. And as you open it up, you see a pale figure slouched on the ground next to the desk, between his desk and his bed, eyes shut, holding onto his chest, where you see a puddle of crimson blood pooled around him. He looks up, his eyes begin to kind of just gently open and look at you, Solrak, and they blink a few times and then shut again.
It was Colbass, right?
That's cold. Oh yeah, can you not see him?
No, I don't see him in there.
There you go.
That's strange. It was the same spot, but okay, cool.
Colbass! Colbass! Look at me! And I look at him to see if he's still alive.
You look at him as he's clinging on to the last threads of his life, bleeding out of multiple wounds in his abdomen, in his chest, and out of his stomach.
I go, move! And I jump on him. I'm going to cast a healing word, and then I'm going to do a med kit on his like actual open cuts.
Okay, great. You see you run on over and start healing him with magic, all sorts of arcane magic, any way that you can, and you see a little bit of this ease just lifts into his soul, and he looks at you and he says, "Wilmore, they've come for me. It's deeper than just a mortal wound. There's something burning, stinging, and taking over the inside of my body." You see him, he coughs up, and blood just kind of spittles across the room and begins to pool down the side of his lip.
Who did this? Was Narvi here?
I can't say for certain. I was about to go to sleep when a shroud of darkness covered over me and filled the whole room. That's when I felt the stinging and burning stabs all over my body and footprints stamping away.
I look at the wounds. Does it look like it was like a poison or?
Make a medicine check.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. When I click that, it takes me out of it. Loading AboveVTT again. 1 second.
All good.
$14.
14? Yeah, you would notice that this is maybe some sort of poison or some sort of just alchemical or dangerous element that has been played into him that has been starting to burn and singe and start to take over. You trying to say something, Solrak?
Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to use my charm of restoration on it. I have 2 DVs left on it, which I believe, as I'm reading here, covers poisoning.
So you're doing a lesser restoration.
Restoration.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So when you go ahead and do that to him, how do you? Because this charm is not something physical; it's something that was imbued magically to you from this that dragon back in the Great Worm Cavern. So how do you imbue this lesser restoration to him?
So I see that Chaddington has helped him there, and once he points out what it is, I gently push him aside, and I look over at Colbass and say, "This is gonna hurt, but it'll take care of the issue." And I literally have to stick my fingers in the wound, and I'm cleaning all the poison. I'm just using like this force inside of me. I don't know what it is. I can't identify it because I'm not that knowledgeable in that, but there's this force inside of me that's helping me do this that I can just feel, and I just know that I can take care of it. And then I'm touching his wounds, it's kind of like Michael Clark Duncan in 8 Mile. You know what I mean? He touches Not 8 Mile. It's
Green
the
Mile.
Green Mile, yeah.
8 miles over there.
There's no spaghetti here.
Mom spaghetti.
And so basically, I touch the wound, and then you can see like I absorb it, and then I just spit it out into the atmosphere.
Love it. And with that, you see his pale skin, his clammy pale skin, starts to regenerate some of that warmth and begin to gain some of its color back. As his wounds begin to, they don't heal over fully, but you notice that weird coloration and irritation that's around it, it's almost like pussy look around his wounds, starts to melt away and go away completely. And Kobaz blinks his eye multiple times quickly and looks up at you and says, Solrak, how did you... I didn't expect that from someone as yourself, a champion, a fighter.
Hey, every devil has a few tricks in his pockets. Don't worry.
Said to Kobas, where are the animals?
Oh my God! I put them in the center garden. Are they okay?
We haven't checked there. We just wanted to make sure. It was eerily quiet, and we wanted to make sure that you were okay. But now that you know where the animals are, as I rush over to the garden and slam that door open.
Yeah, you slam that door open, and you quickly, start freaking out, looking around at each corner, and for whatever reason, you see Brutus and Cuomo playing around, frolicking in the gardens, in the grass, all willy-nilly, as if, it's not 5 in the morning, and as if something nefarious didn't just happen in the other side of this manor.
I just kind of sigh, take a big old exhale, just Cuomo, good to see you, buddy. As I kind of rush over to him and give him a couple pets in his tickle spot.
I'm actually gonna walk up to Brutus, and I'm gonna kneel, and pet him. And then I'm gonna use my beast sense. Actually, let me see if that's what I want to do. I want to talk to him and see if I can see in his mind if he saw anything.
Yeah, so that's not exactly how that would work. But you can speak with him if you wanted to.
Speak with him, yeah. I'll speak with him and ask him, what he saw tonight, type thing.
Okay. Make an animal handling with advantage. And as you feel this canine sense come into you to be able to communicate with your companion here, what do you ask him exactly?
I say, first I'm going to make a comment about how is it that you have no idea Colbass was dying in the other room, boy?
He just looks at you and says, "Well, I mean, I don't have any thumbs. I can't push the door open in here. I was stuck in here."
So you were here all night?
Me and this. He looks over at Cuomo. That thing stinks. But me and this bird over here, we've been in here all night.
Yeah, those birds have a definite stink to them. But on the bright side, if it died, you could eat them. So, stay close to them.
Fingers crossed.
Now, tell me, did you hear anything out of the ordinary while you were in here? Kobaz, he was in pretty rough shape when we got here.
Oh, is he okay? I did hear a couple of footprints running around inside of here. It sounded like maybe there was 3 people inside of here, and they were speaking in some sort of weird language.
And is this a voice that you've heard before when we were perhaps together?
You know, it's kind of sounded a little bit familiar to me. God, you guys are lucky. Brutus is going do good rolls right now.
He always does good rolls, dude.
He does.
buddy.
He thinks back for a second, kind of scratches the back of his ear with his back paw, and looks up at you and says, "Well, there was that one time when we were on that floating thing in the sky. We were really high up there with that weird man who was flying us around. Well,
Right.
there's that one thing that came up on the ship that turned into that yellow blob. He was speaking like that."
I see. And you said he was speaking in this weird language, right?
Yeah, it was very strange. It was the only other time I've ever heard it.
Look over at Fang. Must have done some kind of incantation, perhaps. That's the poisoning. You're okay, right, boy?
I don't think they knew that we were in here. We've just been in here all night, but I heard that running around, and I mean, at first I thought it was you guys, but you know, the language was strange.
Be able to remember anything that was said? Anything specific? A lot of you.
I'm sorry, it was just so uncommon. It was just obscure. I've never heard anything like it. And I couldn't be able to mimic or say exactly what they said just because I've never heard anything like it.
Okay, boy. I need plenty of information.
Yeah.
Look, was he
any of that
able
jerky?
to?
Go on. What'd you say?
You got any of that jerky?
Do I ever even deserve enough? And I pull out from my rations a bunch of the jerky, and I just start giving it to him.
Nice.
So, Rack, hey,
Go on.
so you mentioned that.
He's got the zoomies now.
Yeah.
I saw that.
The zoomies.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh yeah, boy. Woohoo! Good jerky.
So, Rack, you had mentioned that they were these people that were on the ship. Was he able to maybe recall any familiar voices other than like ambiguously the people that were the characters that were on the ship at the time?
Oh, he just said just the person on the ship is the only one that was familiar.
But
Gotcha.
he did say which one though, because you guys encountered a
The
few
blob.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the only one that was familiar.
Well, we're just happy you guys are okay.
That's right. That's how Brutus. Well,
It is getting to
suppose
be
we
the-
should. Go on.
It is getting to be that time. It is rather late,
right.
but while we are here, you think we should approach Kobaz with the scripture that you had found?
I think we should. And we should also. One of us should keep guard overnight, where the others rest. I'm okay to keep the first shift, and then you guys can let me get some rest. But whoever came in here, came in and out, almost killed Colbass, and no one batted an eye.
Yeah,
So-
I do agree with that, except I will let you know that I am extremely beaten up. So,
Yeah, exactly. You go to sleep, and I'll stay up.
beautiful.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize you only had 3 health left.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, why don't we go see Colbaz real quick to see if he's willing to give us some answers in regards to this. I know he is also rather beaten up. I don't know if we'll have the energy to do so, but, we might as well give it a shot prior to going to bed. I don't know, what do you say?
Time is of the essence. I agree. Let's do it. Yeah.
And real quick, before you guys made your way over there, Wilmore has spent a little bit of time in here now with him. Wilmore, would you have done anything in that time period?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just kind of bandaging him up, making sure he's feeling better, and kind of talking to him. You know, we kind of just fought an aboleth, and I think, do you think Narvi could have been a little bit upset at you? As I kind of bandaging up his midsection.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he was, but to be honest, I have a feeling, strange inkling that my professor is the one who's behind this. I mean, they are working together, so, or it's, at least from your guys' word, it seems that they to be working together, but this reeks of the mischief that Talavar would have created.
Well, I mean, Talavar may be the one controlling the aboleth too, so I think you're right. I think you're right.
No, go on.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead, my friend.
He would go on to say is like that the shadow that they shrouded me in, it's magic I've only seen once or twice before.
How? Is there any other way that we can help with this? Any idea how or why Talavar would be going after you now?
Well, can only imagine. Unfortunately, I don't mean any offense or to be rude to you all, but I have a feeling that the danger of these evil wizards is falling all behind you three, the four of you, really.
Oh, how would that be offensive, my friend? I think we all know that. And I shoot him a really weird wink. A one-eyed wink, like kind of unsettling.
And he would like start looking down at the wounds again, and it says, "The only other times that darkness I've seen in combat before was with the evil dark elves of Menzoberranzan and the Underdark. And as quietly and as stealthily as they must have come in here to go unnoticed by my senses and my arcane knowledge. I mean,
well, I think maybe tonight we all need to rest, my friend. I'll stay in here with you this evening, just to make sure nothing crazy happens.
I appreciate it, Wilmore. Thank you. And you all, yes, please, you can take whichever rooms anyone would like, but I appreciate you looking out.
Don't worry, my friend. Of all the people here, I think you'll be safe this evening. And I just kind of, like a chair down here? I just kind of sit in the chair, and Sanity kind of flies in and sits like right at the perch of his door, and just kind of like squawks out like, "Always watching."
So it's more like it's like a basket with folded blankets in it that you go and find, but it's like a perfect size for you to plop on inside of. So it's
tiny,
perfect.
baby.
And he would also say to you, say, you know, you could probably accrue more knowledge from this from Moongleam Tower with Crowin Valharo, the wizard there. Moongleam Towers, of course, are the Harper's manor that we have in Everlund, with a vast amount of tomes and scripts and books that you can look through if you'd like to, but I'm sorry that my library here is too small and doesn't have as much knowledge as we could glean upon if you go to Moongleam, that is.
Well, my friend, right now the most important thing is your life. We'll We'll worry about knowledge in the morning.
Certainly. And it would be about this time that Fang and Solrak would start making their way into that room as well.
Colbass, how are you feeling, my friend?
Thanks to you, Solrak, and of course the healing powers of our good Harper Watcher. You're still a Watcher, Wilmore.
Yes, I believe I am.
Oh, well, we'll have to do something about that. When you do go to Moongleam Tower, make sure you tell Moonlord Daviana, he's the master of the tower. Tell him that the candle's white flame will illuminate the way. And he'll know what that means.
Maybe one day I'll be an owl, like a friend.
But of course, thank you, Solrak, for helping with that healing restoration.
Hey, anytime.
I could feel that poison and that cancer taking over my body and crippling me to the core, but that helped completely pull it out of me.
While all this is happening, I'm kind of fiddling with the exact same charm around my neck, and I go, yeah, great job thinking about that one, Solrak. Check for the poison, and then kind of, good job, buddy.
Well, as the one with the highest intelligence, sometimes you come up with these great ideas on the spot.
Great idea. Steal the show. Just like
maybe one day when your intelligence reaches a certain level, you'll be able to come up with these things on the fly too.
Let's focus here, Solrak. It is running a little bit late, and I'm sure we all must be wanting some rest. Now, tell Corbez why we've barged in at this moment.
Well, I asked my good buddy Brutus here, and I point to a beautiful boy, Brutus. And apparently he overheard some voices while they were in the gardens. And those voices were saying some incantations, if you will. However, I have here a scroll, and it was written by a friend of ours. And it's got a weird language written at the bottom. So it's a two-pronged question. Number one, do you know what this means? And number two, perhaps this language be anything what was being said by this incantation. I believe it could be what was hurting you, even.
He begins to look at it, the scroll with the strange alien-like writing, most of it like in forms of different circles with shapes wrapped around them and connecting them together, different glyphs that you guys have just never seen before. And he looks at it with a curious eye, kind of squinting a little bit. Says, I haven't seen something like this since my studies with Talavar. He was experimenting with being able to connect with these ethereal, otherworldly planes and connect with aberrations and monstrosities from these planes. You see him starts holding on to he grasps something from a pouch underneath his bed, and he starts wiggling his fingers over it. And in his mind's eye, you guys can't see this, but the letters begin to the glyphs and the figures all begin to transform into letters on the page in front of him. And he reads out. It reads, "Long live the great old one. In his house we dream."
Long live the great old one?
Yes.
I say out loud, well, I think he may have gone just too far with our aboleth friend.
Great old one.
I think that's what he used to call the aboleth.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Wow. So
If we ever see him again, just make sure you're prepared to fricassee the bird. I just kind of
I guess it's for his own good. And then I take a second to think back. I'm gonna have to do something that I was hoping we'd never have to do. Last time we saw the bird, he was gonna go take care of himself. Now, this is potentially setting us up to have to kill him. So, I know what I have to do. But it sucks.
See, Kolbaz kind of wince a little bit. Gentlemen, I apologize. The night is long and late, and these wounds, they're healed, but they still take strong hold on me, and I'm feeling quite weak. I need to turn over for the night and call it an evening. Feel free, I just told Wilmore he's going to sleep in here for the evening, but find your quarters for the night, and we can discuss this more after a bit of shut-eye.
Yes.
I will keep watch for the first couple of hours, gents. Because I'm worried they'll come back. But once I can, I'll also crash.
Okay. You guys all find different quarters to situate yourselves in for the evening. Silrak with his eyes wide and gripping onto both of his swords tightly. And in the dead of the late evening, you guys all begin to slip away into a rest, except for Silrak, who's keeping watch, of course. And we will call it there for the evening to see where you guys awake and take on the next morning.
Love it.
All right. That was good shit.
Fucking Alice, never gonna die.
Well, it could have been shark food, but you know.
Could have been.
Too soon? Too soon?
Saying, nothing like a shark underneath of it, not allowing it to go down. But, or, a wasted 4th level spell. Either or.
Oh!
Fine. Good.
So, who's counting? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, man. D6.
Not sure if a shark would be able to stop a old god from doing what he wants to do, but with that said, we'll discuss this in the Discord with everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining in tonight and staying with us on this fun journey, fighting against the Abwest in the darks of the sewers and uncovering the mysterious disappearances of these nobles and coming back to see Kolbaz being attacked in the middle of the night by some mysterious assailants. So,
Getting fucking paid for this pendant.
That's right. Bitch better have my money, as Bork says. So, guys, with all that said, we will. I'll post on our Instagram and whatnot when we will be doing our next game this week. I'm not sure if we're doing Sunday yet or not because of Fang's schedules, but we'll figure that out and I'll be sharing it with everyone. All good. But with that said, thanks everyone for joining tonight. Hope you all enjoyed. Go ahead and relax, take that long rest, and watch out for those goblins under the stairs. Peace out, guys. Take it easy.
Gentlemen.
Bye.